Yeah, I said 50 seconds. That was 50 seconds ago. Yeah, we're live. The whole world is watching you eat spinach and talk on the phone. Hey, what's going on, guys? Angelus represents for the Gray Pill Podcast. The host is most is Angelus. As always, the one that's feeding her face is Minka. We're gonna go ahead and screw her out there. And we're gonna have a reaction video to the title is pretty much women trying to figure things out with PearlyTHingz and her friend Real, that was a guest on the Fresh and Fit podcast show, where she's talking about being an extra, extra, extra feminist. So, when I looked into the whole conversation with her and PearlyTHingz. But she's a young lady, married, happy about it, and they have a whole discussion about that, and then some about relationships. So I figure we'll check it out and have any comments and reactions to it. So let me share that real quick. Other than that, how's everybody day going?
I just got back from a road trip, so I've not been in my house in a number of days, as opposed to Minka me.
Jesus.
So it's nice to get back. I have a bunch of crap sitting out. I need to put stuff away. Got in and started doing some laundry, and you know how that goes.
Yeah, I definitely know how that goes. I'm gonna keep promoting. I need to get married. Just hey, not just just not anybody. Just not anybody.
I mean, come on, like doing the laundry's cheap. Getting married's costly. Let me tell you.
That is true. Okay.
Oh, I just had like a 3-hour thing. It wasn't too bad. I wasn't too far out of town.
That's not bad.
No.
Wait, where are you at, Primal?
Wisconsin, near Madison.
Wisconsin, the cheese. Cheese state.
All the cheese and the beer up here, you know. It's up,
Yeah.
up here. We gotta keep warm, eh? Well,
No,
I guess
it's
that's a little Canadian almost stuff, but yeah.
You guys
No,
are
it's-
hip now, though. You guys like have hippy dippy towns.
You know,
wanna say it's a hip-
I'm not a native Wisconsinite, so I can't really claim, you know, full residency or any claim to awesomeness or coolness. But there's some
I
decent
didn't say
places.
awesome or cool. I said hippy dippity.
I don't know.
Well,
I want to say that on my end,
Like,
but
like trendy.
go
You're
ahead.
in Alabama, bro.
What the hell that supposed to mean? Like I'm not supposed to know nothing.
You're not. You're
that means
still in the
if you
I'm
hear
from
banjos, you gotta run
I'm from the
faster.
first of
Ding,
all,
ding,
let's
ding, 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 ding,
first of
ding.
all, just because you like born and raised, you not leaving out your little island. You know, I'm from Jersey. You know what
Hey
I'm saying?
man, I'm contemplating moving
Shout
to
out to Brick
Miami.
City out there. All right, my ghost town people. Okay, Essex County, all that, then some. So you're not gonna hate on me because I'm visiting another resident.
Visiting. Right. Visiting. All right.
Visiting another
sure.
residence. Yeah. But y'all can see the screen, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. We'll get started.
Let me blow this shit up.
Oh no.
Channel too. I have special.
It's cutting. It's cutting in and
Oh,
out.
hey, how are you? Thanks for having me on here. I'm super excited. You can
Okay, let me try to refresh it.
They're so excited. What if I started that? I'm gonna shut up. Just gonna put these back on and shut up.
No. Keep going. Adding more value to the whole thing.
What if I started
Great
every podcast
value.
like that?
I
was
swear, man, Prime gonna be adding t-shirts as soon as you know it.
It's gonna say great value.
Oh, now we got a commercial
It'll
going.
say it. I know. It'll say don't add value, add great value.
There you
Oh
go.
my god. I've been building websites for the last 2 weeks, and I think I'm going blind.
That's what he said.
Angelus, how does that even make any sense, bro?
You gotta
You
be
can
a
do
dude.
better than
You gotta do it.
that.
You gotta do a dude, bro. Gotta be a dude, bro. All right.
This is interesting.
What is this? What is this stream? We're watching. This is some Inception shit. This is the stream of a stream. We're gonna react to the stream of the stream. So what you see is me talking to the camera right there, and then I kind of sit back in the chair, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. And then if we can react to the stream in the stream, have you all seen? Speaking of
And that chick is clueless.
Yeah. Have you seen this? Have you seen the video of Bo Burnham? Have you seen his Stuck Inside comedy special?
No.
Oh, y'all need to watch that. That's some
That sounds
legit good stuff.
familiar.
It's on Netflix. It like blew up last year. He made it during the pandemic, and there's a couple, like he did it all basically himself, one camera stuck in a room, and that was the theme throughout. It was basically like being stuck in this one room for months on end, essentially. Bo Burnham, and he does a skit about reacting to a video, and then while he's reacting to the video, it goes on loop. So he starts reacting to that reaction of the video. So it's like him in like 4 panels of reaction. It's pretty good.
I think I
Bo
will watch
Burnham.
that. That reminds me of like
Inside, I think.
Yeah, like a warped version of Black Mirror. If anybody ever seen that series before, it's like kind of like a. If it was it could be a horror movie easily. What you're talking about, easily be a hard turn. Screw is a horror movie.
Yeah, Minka, just make sure you get your Netflix password from one of those guys that isn't adding value to your life, and that way you'll be able to check it out.
And he's back.
As a matter of fact, my family has my Netflix password, so suck it, Primal. They named me the Grinch on my own goddamn account.
Oh Lord.
came on my channel a couple of weeks ago, but I just had so much fun talking to you, and I thought that maybe the audience wouldn't be about it because we do get so chipper and intense, and it is a lot of high-pitched female voices, but everyone seems to enjoy it when we chat. So
yeah, I mean, I think we got similar vibes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Before I start, guys, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. While you're at it, go to Allie's page and
see that happen a lot to very attractive women.
I see that too. It's like
Yeah, and I think too that I'm a little bit lucky that I wasn't born necessarily a solid 9 or 10. And every time I say this, people want to come in and like, oh my God, you're so pretty. No, I've been to Miami. Okay, I know what's up. I know what's up. And so for me, I
She's
think
just not wearing
also I was
makeup.
overweight for a long time. I
Yeah, probably
actually
things.
lost 45
Is she
pounds.
supposed to wear
So
makeup?
I think that helped me to keep a
No,
real
man, I'm
level
just
head
going back
and
to
not
this
over invest in
real
my looks. But I'm
femme
going to say that
sapien.
looks are
I was
important. Don't
lucky
get
I
me
wasn't
wrong.
born a
I'm just
natural
glad
9
that I
or a
don't
10.
have
I gotta
that.
go like
Well, according to her, she had just started this whole new femme thing, and
She's a 9 or a 10. She's just not wearing makeup.
I
I'm
wouldn't
no,
say
no,
she's
no,
me
not
and
a
no,
her.
no.
10.
What I'm saying
We're
is,
equals right
I'm
now.
saying I'm
I
just
wouldn't say
saying
she's a 9
this
or
one
10.
girl, just in that little statement there, I'm like, you think kind of damn highly of yourself here. Like, that's what I took out of that.
You talking
That
about
she,
PearlyTHingz or the real?
Whoever was saying, hey, I'm lucky I wasn't born a natural 9 or a 10.
Oh, real. That's the one with the makeup.
Yeah, yeah.
The extra layer.
but why wouldn't?
Wait,
Why
what?
do you think that she thinks a lot of herself by saying
Just go back and just the vibe I got from it. Run it back for a
All
second.
right.
Like, I just want to know.
Yeah, and no, and I don't know why. Like, it's okay to have other things in life other than looks. Like, it's not the end all be all. It's just basically saying you're gonna get less hot the older you get, which is like kind of a given.
Yeah, and I think too that I'm a little bit lucky that I wasn't born necessarily a solid 9 or 10. And every time I say this, people want to come in.
It just sounds
so
weird
pretty.
to me.
No,
That's what
I've
I'm
been
saying.
to Miami. Okay, I know what's up. I know what's up. And so for me, I think also I was overweight for a long time. I actually lost
And I'm not seeing a
45
9 or
pounds.
10, Mika.
So I think that helped me to
makeup.
keep a real level head and not over invest
I can
in my
tell when
looks.
people
But
put on
I'm going to
makeup.
say the
I
looks are
know
important.
it's.
Don't get me wrong. I'm just glad that I don't have that everlasting genetic makeup to where I'm going to be super hot and attractive and maybe like a tad delusional at 30 or 40, because I see that happen a lot to very attractive women.
I see that too. It's like their whole value is based in their looks, and they don't really work on like developing other skills like communication, being nice. Not always, but like I see it a lot in super attractive girls.
I feel
Yeah,
personally
and there's
attacked.
always that
Why?
argument, not all women, not all women. I get it. We all know a tall Asian, but what we really talk about is right. We
Yeah.
mostly just talk about men and women on average. That's it. And unfortunately, on average, men find women around age 23, 24 to be the most attractive, and on average, women in the West find men to be attractive when they're on average 4 years older than them. So these things they
That's true, Mika. Because you in the West.
I didn't understand. Can you repeat that part? The last part?
That's where we pay close
You're so pretty.
attention.
No, I've been to Miami. Okay, I know what's up. I know what's up. And so for me, I think also I was overweight for a long time. I actually lost 45 pounds. So I think that helped me to keep a real level head and not over invest in my looks. But I'm going to say that looks are important. Don't get me wrong. I'm just glad that I don't have that everlasting genetic makeup to where I'm going to be super hot and attractive and maybe like a tad delusional at 30 or 40, because I see that happen a lot to very attractive women.
I see.
Hold
that
up. Back.
their whole
What does she mean a tad bit delusional at 30 or 40? Because
I
what
guess
makes them
she.
delusional?
I guess you mean because on my end, I I got a friend from a nurse from high school, and we recently got in touch with each other. And she's saying the most crazy things. Like she was dating this guy. She met him once. The vibe was good. Conversation. They met once. I think he came to her, and then during the month after that, she haven't really spoke to him, and he was telling her like, he's busy, he working doubles and all this stuff, and he has a kid, but he has a kid from outside relationship. I'm just giving examples like his excuse to giving her, and and when I'm giving her like telling her these telling her about these red flags, and she's like, no, well, and she's like reading his words, like how most chicks like tell you what he says verbatim, like his
Mm-hmm.
law. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, well, maybe you ain't saying what I'm saying, but she has an older brother that's actually saying the same thing I'm saying. She has like guys around her telling the same thing I'm saying. I'm like, well, you don't need me to tell you when it's already validated. And
But that doesn't correlate. What you're saying has nothing to do
oh
with
well,
how a woman.
she's up there. She's like the age way. She's over 35, so
You're still not understanding.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know what you're talking about. She's correlating a female looking good, naturally being born. Like, I was a fat kid when I was a kid, right?
And you shove me your face now, so you're trying to go back to that level?
So
got him.
Angela's gonna be abusing that one, I feel. That meme will never die. It is undefeated.
Hey, I got one for, it's not for you, Primal, but it's one you can use. Because I remember last time Primal said, so I thought about you for this one, so that's a good one. But go ahead.
Hi.
I mean, I am my own meme. You know it.
I got a lot. You are.
She's correlating being born naturally beautiful with somehow being delusional at 30 or 40. What you said had nothing to do with what she's talking about. I'm trying to understand how she got being born beautiful makes you tends to make you delusional at 30 or 40. Where delusional on what?
I'll weigh in. Yeah, I'll say it's like imagine a boxer who was always super talented growing up, and every fight he got in, he just knocked every guy out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when he hit about 35, other people just started to kind of catch up, and he wasn't quite as fast anymore. He wasn't quite as strong anymore. And then other people started beating him. And he was like, how are other people beating me? I've been great my entire life. I've never lost to anybody. And now these up and coming dudes, they're knocking me down. And that shouldn't happen. I'm the champ.
I've always been the beautiful one. Why isn't everybody after me? I get that. Okay, now I get that. Yeah. Carry on.
Okay.
Whole value is based in their looks, and they don't really work on like developing other skills like communication, being not always, but like I see it a lot in super attractive girls.
They don't have to.
Yeah, and there's always that argument, not all women. I get it. We all know a tall Asian, but what we really talk about is right. We mostly just talk about men and women on average. That's it. And unfortunately, on average, men find women around age 23, 24 to be the most attractive. And on average, women in the West find men to be attractive when they're
23,
on average 4 years older than them. So these things, they just exist.
So 4 years older than you, Mika?
Huh?
Do you find men that are, say, 3 or 4 years older than you more attractive than other groups of men?
I am not ageist.
Okay, there we go.
So do you find men that are 25, the most attractive? I think that's what we're trying to say.
Or she's trying to say, because I'm gonna be honest, like there's women that's older than I am. Like since I came here to the South. I don't look for them, but they just older than I am, and they're very attractive. So I don't even care about the age. Now, if there's some young ones, go ahead.
I was going to say I was trying to pay Minka a compliment, but it just went right over her head.
Oh,
yeah, man, she's feeding her face. Tighten up. Yeah. She's feeding her face.
I didn't understand. I'll say this: I disagree with that because they're making these. No offense.
But they come out and say that we're making
offense.
Yeah.
They're making the same goddamn general assumptions that the other idiots are saying. Like, as a woman, your value goes down because you're going to be an old hag one day. But I look hotter at 30 now than I did when I was 23. Way hotter.
I got
way hotter.
Whoa, hold the phone. But that's very subjective to you and your lifestyle.
Not just me, but. Let me finish before you all rudely interrupt me, please, gentlemen. Thank you. Most of the men that I talk to don't mess around with girls that are anything below 25 years old, because these are, again, what these women are referring to are low value men. Low value men are looking for the young girls who don't know any better, aren't going to talk back, they're usually not very good at cooking and that kind of stuff. Before 25, let me finish, please, sir.
I didn't say nothing.
Really? Are you a cow? He's going moo.
I just got over, got spasm. Go ahead.
But most of the guys that I talk to, they all say the same thing. They're girls, their minds are just not developed yet. They can't hold like a solid conversation that's going to resonate with these men. They don't know that like when a man comes home and they're tired from work and they're like just exhausted and they just want to relax or talk about the shitty day that they had, how to deal with that. They're usually the young girls are like, oh, it's fine, it'll be good. Just don't think about it. You know what I mean? So it's I think that they're generalizing on a weird ass spectrum. And like most women, I do agree that most women actually like older guys than them. But that's like general because most women mature faster than men. And so like men at an older age will be more of a match. And the idea that like they're saying like these women don't develop and they don't work on other things like communication, they don't have to. It's survival of the fittest, bro. Pretty girls that like have beautiful whatever, they don't really have to. They're gonna eventually get married to someone or divorce someone or take their money or something. I keep watching it, you know what I mean? The key word is have to.
Yeah.
They can choose to, they don't have to necessarily.
I will say only this one thing, like I said earlier, because I know you're reacting to her, but just to answer that
I've
question to
never
her,
seen this.
I really don't care about the age thing. Well, I do to a limit. Like if it's way lower than I am, then I'm looking at you a certain way. I do agree about the 23, 25. Because I'll be honest, I'm not gonna take you seriously. I'm really not. If you happen to, you got to be like God
Mature.
given, yeah, you got to be on that
Yep.
level. Like, but if I'm not seeing it, but if I hear the age, I'm like, okay, cool. Because I dated somebody, I think I was like 40, they was 47, but even still, 47, 48 doesn't even make you mature because I had too much high expectations of them, and they couldn't know how to balance their own check when they get it every week. So, and that was an issue. But yeah, and she was hot. But I mean, there's hot women when they get older.
And I think that's relative, right? I think here's the thing, though, is that woman at 47, I bet at 37, if she had lived the same kind of life and was in the same kind of fitness shape and all that, I bet more men in general would have found her more attractive at 37 than 47. And I think that's same of 27 versus 37. I think, you know, most men, if a woman is kind of doing the right things, if she's taking care of herself and staying in shape and not doing a bunch of drugs or not drinking too much, and her at 25 versus 35, the majority of men are going to find the 25 version more attractive.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I wish we were making it up, but that is not the situation.
Yeah. So let's talk about how you kind of found the red pill. So you were married before, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Could you tell me about that a little bit?
Yes. So I was married for 5 years, but I got married out of scarcity. I got married for stability. I wish it was a beta bug situation. I think, you know what it was? I had gotten married off of potential because I think deep down inside, I knew that I wanted to stay home with my kids. I wasn't sure how long I was going to stay home, but things had happened within that marriage once my spouse at the time got out of the military where it got really regular really quick. And I started getting very concerned because it was apparent to me that I was going to be working for the rest of my natural born life. Because when you present a man with divorce and then he's quick with it and starting to change, well, he's only changing because of what's on the line. It would have been nice if the things that I had said for the past year and a half were taken seriously, then I wouldn't be in that position. But it was a real learning experience for me. And
did she just say that she was
finding out that I was attracted to traditionally masculine?
Did she just say that she realized this because she was like, and I realized I would have to be working for the rest of my life?
I get dependopotamus vibes here.
That's what I gather.
I'm smelling a dependopotamus from some of this talk here so far. I'm just going to keep it real. And I've seen and known a number of the dreaded dependopotamuses. I don't know if that's plural or not. Depotaci. I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Too early to pass final judgment, but that's
that's
straight off the gate. Because she said that, I was like, huh?
That's what I smell too. So.
As a lot of the women that I was around growing up, I was born into a lower socioeconomic status. They just tell you to marry a good guy. They don't
Yes. Whoever was that king or queen in the chat. Yes. Yes.
I love
Thank
that
you.
I love that the moderator brought it in. And then quickly.
Well,
Hey.
I mean, bad screen capture, but PearlyTHingz doesn't look on her A game in that one.
She's dope.
That's why I like
I
PearlyTHingz.
know. I just said bad screen capture, but like, yeah.
I like her.
I'm not
like
saying I
her.
don't. I'm not saying I'm done. I'm not saying I don't.
No,
I'm just
I'm
laughing.
saying
Yeah.
the fact that she like put it up there and quickly.
Hey, she'll throw one. She will throw one.
It would have been better if she left
I
it
like
up there and
this
just let it
trick.
linger. Just
I
let it
know,
linger.
no,
Like,
it
there's that song,
was
"Let It
perfect.
Linger." You know, just like
It was
that. Yeah.
no, it was perfect because it's like, oops.
Yeah, hey, I'm not gonna lie. She did it to somebody else in another video, and they're like, "Huh?" And then they're like, "Okay." They'll keep on going. It's like it went over their head. Everybody in the chat like,
What's up, Papi Chulo?
"Papi Blanco." I know, slow clap. I'm gonna find that one too.
Yeah, you gotta find out. I'm okay.
I'm gonna have it all.
How you doing?
What's going on?
Oh my
man?
god,
Did
I
you
have
see?
something to discuss with you guys too. Sorry, carry on.
Okay, did you see most of the clips so far?
Yeah, I heard a little bit of the
All right.
Minka capping real hard.
You saw her feet in her face, right? We're gonna go ahead and get past that out the way too.
What do you mean, Captain?
But I would say she's learning though, because she's actually on time, and she was.
I was early. I was here before everybody.
I don't know about that, but she was on time. I'm very happy. So yeah. So what you got to say, Poppy?
You should know women usually late for everything, so that's a thing. That's a fact.
It's true, but I'm working on it. It's true. I'm the worst.
See, you got it on. That's what's up.
Shout out to Primal for this one.
That sounds like Poppy's laugh.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Keep the change, you filthy animal. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't want Poppy laugh around me like that. I feel like I'm gonna get ganked. Like, yo.
Gang.
Yeah. Contract to my soul is gonna be taken for no reason. It's like, Poppy, I'm your friend, buddy. I'm your friend.
And
Yeah.
I'm sorry for feeding my face. I went to the grocery store today, and it's all good stuff, and I want to eat it all.
And now she has food. Now she actually has food.
Oh.
Somebody added food value to her life.
I've been eating healthy. I've been getting groceries and eating healthy and crap.
All right. What you got to think about the video so far, Poppy?
She say Minka say that most men don't care about if the women is younger or older.
No, I didn't say that.
Go ahead, repeat it. So clarify for me real quick. I can relate. That's why.
Okay, so her statement was that most men are attracted to women that are 23 to 24. And I stated that that's not actually true. Most high value men, not just in regards to finances, but all across the board, high value men are looking for stable women that are going to be able to support them. And that's not a 23 or 24-year-old, even on an emotional capacity.
I think she should clarify that too.
Did you just say women to support men?
Yeah, I did.
Oh Lord.
Oh damn. What Twilight world?
You don't see these rich guys walking around with some old ass girls when they available and single.
Right, that's high. I'm saying high value men all across the board. You're talking about wealthy guy. Like I said it perfectly. I said the wealthy guy that goes for a younger girl gets the younger girl because she's not going to talk back. She's not going to stand her ground on anything, really. She's not going to be, he doesn't need her to support him, but she's nice to look at. She's nice to, do other things with. But like do you ever see any of those actually last?
Because they don't need the woman to do most of anything pretty much. They just need him to be there.
Right, but
something to come home. So
do you see those last? Generally speaking, I'm sure like every once in a while there's one that works, but like generally speaking, most of them don't usually last.
But they don't last with their old wife either.
With the what?
With their old ass wife. Like that, there's a reason that they're single out there. So
But that's only specifically targeting a small select group of men that are wealthy and divorced or not in a relationship. Most men are actually, in that stance, usually they're already set up with kids and a family and everything. We
When
think
those
that
guys, when those guys become available, from what I've seen, they usually go to get the youngest girl they can find. Something nice to look at. It's that simple.
right.
They're
And
not
more
Keyword that you
practical.
healthier.
just
And more
And
healthier.
keyword
sometimes, actually not sometimes, I take that back. Most of the time they end up marrying the little young pretty thing.
right, but keyword that you just said, when they become available. Like, you're specifically targeting those women are talking about generally all men. What you're talking about is a specific group of men.
Okay, here goes the truth, man.
Let me ask you a
Most men,
question. Let me ask you this. You're a dope ass man, right?
I
You've never
try.
said you're alpha, but you carry yourself as such, right? You're responsible, you have a daughter that you take care of, all of these things. Would you, knowing the 23 and 24-year-old girls that you know, would you pick any of those girls to bring home to your daughter to have a family with?
If she's right mentally, yeah.
I'm asking if the ones that you know of,
Yeah, yes.
yes.
Because some of them girls got their shit more together than the 32, 33-year-old girl.
Some,
Yes.
but
But
not most.
listen, I
Well,
would
I'm
pick.
shit,
asking I'm
most
asking you
women
the
don't,
question. I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking you the question.
regardless of age. Yeah.
Right. No,
Yeah.
it is regarding of age, because we say that, like, I'll tell you this. I go to networking events and there's like 23, 24-year-olds that are killing it, and they're responsible. They're pretty, like, with their heads on
Right.
straight. But on an emotional level, like when you talk to them about guys and stuff, they're like, ooh, there's usually some aspect of them that still needs to grow, right? I'm asking you specifically, from the 23 and 24-year-olds that you know of, would you get together and bring one of them home to create a family with? You said some of them. That means that's still saying that what those girls are saying is incorrect, because you're saying some, not most,
Yeah.
not all, but some.
You're right. And
And
some of them
that's
32, 33-year-old too. So like I said, some is some.
absolutely, but that's not a part of the question. We're
Yeah.
specifically talking about what these girls are saying. What these girls are saying is that most men go after 23 to 24-year-olds. And then you agreed with that, but when I just asked you the question, you just said some of them. So generally speaking, most of the 23 and 24-year-olds are not valuable to a man of a high caliber.
But no women is. If you got that kind of bread.
You can't keep going back and forth like that, bro. I see. Now I get what she's
Yeah.
saying. I get what you're saying.
Like,
You're double dipping. You
There's no
agree to
double
everything.
dipping, man.
You
It's
you
the
agree to
truth.
everything.
It's
You
the
agree to
truth, bro.
yeah,
When
but
you got that, when you got that kind of standard, let's say, think about it, like, what can a woman do to a guy like, let's just say LeBron James?
mhm.
He just
bro,
needed to be there.
23-year-olds and
That's it.
25-year-olds,
That's
they
it.
haven't had anal, they haven't learned how to suck dick, they usually burn the stuff in the oven, they can probably do laundry. Like, there's a lot of
What kind of
experience
Yes, I'm
wife
in
of a
100,
rich
that
brother.
guy cook?
aspect.
100.
Man, what
100.
kind of wife of a rich guy will
Even on
cook, bro?
that
That makes no
aspect,
sense.
even
I,
on that
I like the
aspect.
first thing that Minka B goes to is they don't know how to do anal. That's the first thing. I guess that's what a high value woman is, and she knows how to do anal. Is that where we're
No,
at?
if they've had the experience, what is maturity? Maturity is having an experience and being able to grow from it, right? We've
All right,
all been
now,
able to have a lot of them.
So
okay.
maturity is having your butthole stretched a few times.
So hold on, Minka. So hold on. So do you think that the wife of a rich guy doing all those things,
Woo!
like like she's
I need a
cooking
drink
and
for this
cleaning and
one.
do all this
Minka,
stuff?
wow.
It's not about that. It's the experience, because she's matured. So I'm saying that the wife of not a, here's the miscommunication that we go against, because in your mind, a high value man is a rich man, right? In my mind, a high value man is financially stable. It doesn't mean that he's rich, but he's financially stable. He pays his bills on time. He has pretty good credit. He's,
Well-rounded emotionally, mentally.
for me, it's like emotionally available, can have a conversation, doesn't like fucking fly off the handles for stupid shit. Like, there's certain things that, like, that to me and to most women that bring stuff to the table, that's what they're looking for. And for a high value man, it's kind of like someone said it on another podcast a while ago, that, like, I want that guy, right? So if I want the guy, that alpha guy, that he's got all this shit together, I have to understand My needy ass is not going to be able to have someone that's paying attention to me all of the time. In fact, it's going to be the other way around. If I want that kind of a guy, I'm actually going to have to be supportive of him and what he's doing and what he's providing for our family. And those are kinds of things that like 23 and 24-year-old girls can't generally, most, I'm not saying all, but most aren't able to understand yet. I barely learned this shit like a couple years ago. Like,
I think on this part right here, hold on, Poppy. I think on this aspect, y'all are kind of agreeing on the same thing, but Poppy is saying he's leading more so like, hey, financially, if the guy's more financially stable than a chick, 80K, 100K plus, then what that woman have to offer for the young ones in their young 20s have to offer for that man is more like she really doesn't, except for just to be present, show the class, bring peace. Everything else you just named is kind of like out the window. Just to be obedient, civil. So the other levels is not even there on his criteria. It's like it got to be there or just slowly develop over time. But have the sense the God gave you to just know when you're approaching a guy like him.
but again, what Poppy's specifically talking about is a specific, like, let's say that's 20% of men that are that rich, right?
Mm-hmm.
These girls are saying most men look at 23 and 24-year-olds. That's where I'm trying to specify that, like, on the topic of what we're watching, that's not factual. I hear what Poppy's saying. I got you. Like, those kind of guys, for sure, they're going to go after 23, 24-year-olds. They bring, like, fun and shit, right? I'm just saying, based off of what these chicks are saying, these chicks are fucking batshit crazy. Not chicks, just the one that's saying it. It's kind of like,
Mostly on the
she
right.
sounds like a manosphere guy that's saying, like, you must obey me. Like,
And they don't
You
also
haven't seen
think
nothing
just feel
yet.
like because they're younger, easy to manipulate. Because if you are doing great financially, pretty much you don't need a woman for shit besides have kids with. That's it. That's it. He don't need you for shit. That's when he just needs you to be nice. He just needs you to be respectful. He don't need you for absolutely nothing because he was successful before you and he will be successful after you.
Okay,
right, but
let me throw
you're
this
not.
one. Let me throw this one in, and then we'll go to video. But now, let me ask you this, Poppy. So you said he don't need you for anything, and okay, so what about the experience? Like if they're going out, because like me personally, I would like to somebody. I mean, I'm good by myself, but at the same time, like trips, vacation, road trips, stuff like that. I would love to have that person with me to enjoy that with. So is that not okay?
That don't got nothing to do with the question because obviously if you want to go with a trip and your wife, I mean your girl, whatever she might be,
Mhm.
she would be willing to go with you. She like you because you
Yeah,
want to spend time together.
Okay.
yeah,
But
I hear what
I'm
Poppy's saying.
asking what she asked me. She asked me these rich guys, this and that. Listen, we
No
talk
one
I
brought
know
about.
rich guys
I'm
I
not
know
until
we're
you
listening
brought
to
changing it
them.
because
that.
I don't want to keep beating that up when we got like an
Yeah,
hour and a half of a thing to watch. But
but
I get what
nobody
you're
brought
saying.
up rich
Well, I got
guys.
time,
That's the
cuz I
thing.
got time today.
All right, we're gonna start adding some more. According to Prime, we're gonna add some more great value to everybody's lives right now.
Oh God.
That attraction
Just
piece,
yeah,
which is
let it
very
run.
important
I'll
to
get
me.
some
But
great value.
most,
Yeah, I don't know
go ahead.
why we don't
We're
ever
gonna
really
keep going.
talk about like traditional masculinity at all. Like it's almost frowned upon, is what I've found. Like if you ever say I like a masculine man, it's always like almost there's always pushback when I talk to like girls my age about that, anyways.
Well, there's pushback, but then look at who they're dating. It's like athletes that are 6 foot tall. You can just smell the testosterone seeping off of him from across the room. So, like, what a woman says she's attracted to versus who she actually ends up dating is two very different things. But when you use that same lens as women, they don't understand. So this is what I keep hearing is that, well, what men are attracted to is different than what they say they're attracted to. But women are not understanding that who a man will sleep with is going to be different than who he will marry. It's two different
Yes.
types of chicks.
Mhm.
So as
That's
much
very
as
true.
I would love the attention from dressing a lot more sexier, maybe pushing up my breasts, maybe wearing smaller clothes. I would like that just because it does make you feel a little bit good and validated. I'm just going to keep it a stack, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But the attention that I'm getting from men isn't going to be the attention that I want. And I know every time that I dress kind of skimpy, I know that I have to be like prepared for the nonsense that's going to come my way because I'm athletic. So I'll go out in my sports bra and my tights if I'm just on the move. On the move, I don't have time to go to the bathroom and change and get everything I need done in a day. But I know that that's
what
going
it
to
is.
be catcalled, and I actually don't like that much. So I try not to do that. But yeah, I mean, even though I'm on the boring side of things, the housewife side of things, I just have to remember.
Hey,
that
Angeles,
all I
pause
need
it
to
for a
worry
second.
about
Pause
is
it.
my
I want to
man.
throw something in here.
Right.
When she says things about it's not the attention that we want, let's keep it real. All women love attention.
Facts. Come on. Man.
100%.
Let's
She's
keep
like,
it 100%.
I just died because she's like, I'm sorry, I have to say this because I died when she was like, when I'm just like in a rush and I have to go run errands, so I put on a sports bra and my like skimpy spandex, and I'm like, that's what you're right. I have no time, so I had to dress in underwear today.
You know, they make hoodies. Those are kind of easy to throw on.
T-shirts.
Sweatpants.
Or your husband's
Sweatpants.
sweatpants. Everybody got their husband's, their boyfriend favorite sweatpants or something.
I'm sorry, like
this
girl.
I'm comfy in a pair of sweatpants. I mean, a t-shirt. That seems to work.
She doesn't like the attention.
But and that's the thing. Here's the thing: is they get annoyed.
She got 3 layers of makeup.
They want to lie and say they don't like it when all men give them attention. They like it more when certain men give them attention, certainly, but they like attention from all men.
Yeah,
they just like to be able to reject. They want all men to be attracted to them.
But we have to be. That's what I'm saying. I agree with that one because even if you're jogging, it could be an ugly guy, whatever guy. Just that attention. Not saying the attention of him keep coming at you.
If he does a double take,
y'all are tripping.
You're gonna. That's a feel good moment. That's a feel good moment.
No, hell to the no. I am telling you, as a representative of the Hoes United, I can easily tell you we are not looking for attention from all men, because when we get attention from the wrong men, it's fucking scary.
Yeah, but you won't know that.
I didn't say looking. I said like it.
No, we don't like it either. It's gross. It's scary.
I like it.
Every woman loves attention, man.
Guys too.
Attention, yes, but from the right. Like if a girl. So
how you know he's the right or wrong guy?
That's what I'm saying. You won't know to after
okay, fact. No. Y'all are tripping. If the Mexican dude from Home Depot is like whispering at me and talking to me in Spanish, like I'm gonna take you home and do shit to you, I'm fucking scared. I'm like covering myself up. I don't like it. But
that's a different type
before
of
you put on that outfit, you know it's gonna be a Mexican guy outside Home Depot that might.
No. I put it on for like let's say this. Okay, so where did I go today?
I want you to look at me, but Angeles, you can't look at me.
For real. And you're going to apologize.
No, because what you guys are saying is that we like all attention, and that's not true. What we're doing, like, and women have this thing of like, let me finish first, and then get me.
There you go. Get her, Myron. Get her, Myron.
I'm gonna drive the stats.
So I went, I'll say this, like you guys know I was doing the cement thing, right? One of the days was a hot day, and I wasn't just going there. First, I went for a walk with my dog on the Strand, and then I went to go get a berry bowl, and I went, there's like a cool like cafe up the street, right? In that neighborhood, lots of cute guys. Of course I wanted the attention, absolutely, because most of the guys in that general area are not going to be creepy. If they do a double take, I'm going to be like, oh my God, right? And the whole idea that women say, like, we don't do this for you, we do this for other women. Like, yeah, to a certain extent, but don't say that that's all it is. They're crazy. But then I went to Home Depot, and there was a guy following me as I was going through different aisles. And then he said certain things, and that was creepy. I did not put my clothes on and choose that cute outfit for that day, anticipating that creepy guy at Home Depot is going to be following me and making me feel uncomfortable. That's unwanted attention.
I'll let you finish. All right.
That's it. I'm done.
Go ahead, Poppy. Handle that.
All right. My baby Minka, she like to get lit, right? We can agree to that, right?
Yes, sir.
Not lately, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to hear like you. Oh, I'm being harmful with not. You like to get lit,
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's safe to say when you hit the spot, the bar, club, pool parties, it's people from every background, in every color, in every financial status, right?
Mhm.
Right? You can be the brokest guy in there, you can be the richest guy in there. You won't know until you get there. So when you get dressed, do you have that in mind? You
No,
can be a creepy guy in there, you can be a super cool guy in there. You know these things before you go there. We all know
but
it, right?
right, but I'm not in those situations. I will clarify. In those situations, I'm first of all, I'm not alone, and second of all, I know that if it happens, I can just walk away and be like, it's a dime a dozen. I'm talking about the what in her specific category where she's running errands half
Like
naked. Like
we get it, but the point still remains. You can have 40 bodyguards, you know what I'm saying, death staring everybody, but you're
I
still gonna
hear
get attention
I hear
regardless.
what you guys are saying that yeah, we're gonna get the attention regardless. I understand that, but to
Okay,
say
that's
that we want all that attention, the negative side too, no, that's not accurate. We
okay.
understand that
Mika,
that's it. I understand that that's a part of it. I'm not gonna lie and sit here and be like that shouldn't be. Like I get it. That's fucking knowledge,
Oh,
right?
we're good with that part. We're saying now, since everybody agreed to that, now moving forward, now we're doubling down the fact that you, not you, but just majority of women,
Yeah.
majority of women don't understand. It's after the fact. Women won't understand that it's their creepy whatever till after the compliment. Like I could walk past, and I'll give you an example. It was somebody posted, they're married now. They posted, they did this whole rant about, oh guys, you're hitting on me while I'm at the gas station. Why are they doing that? He might as well pay my gas. I'm like, the fuck. So clearly, and I was one of those guys. Like I walk past, not even trying to hit on her. Walk past her. Okay, she look cute. Hey, you look very nice in the outfit. That's a compliment. Okay, she feel good moment. She go by. Now I could be that creepy guy, say the same thing, and then she give me that little, I guess, a look or or like that clarification back, like thank you. And then I walk back out running. Hey, what's going on? I love you, girl. So that's a difference. So after
Right.
you won't know until after the compliment is given, until the
Right.
attention is sent and received. So that's what
All
we're saying.
the only issue I had was with the statement that we know that that's going to happen and that we want all of that attention.
Mhm.
That's
Okay.
the only issue
and
I had.
and not, I guess, let me correct that. You obviously, nobody wants the creepy attention,
correct.
but like every woman wants the guy to do a double take at them. They enjoy it. They enjoy it.
Right.
Facts.
I agree with that.
Facts. That's their
100%.
drug. That's
It
their
just
drug
sucks. They
right there.
become it sucks that the depending on
Most
the guy
women.
after the fact.
Most women.
Yeah, it just sucks after the
Every
fact because
woman,
you won't
man.
know.
That's across the board.
Most
That's
women.
across the board. Every woman. I don't care
I'm
if
with
you're a
Poppy on
midget
this one.
or a 500-pound girl. Every woman likes attention. That's it.
Right.
That's it. I got a question,
That's
man. Do
not
you want to
okay.
live in a world that you don't get no
Again,
attention, Minka?
you twist up what's actually being said. What we were specifically talking about was getting the double take or the attention from the guy that was like, oh yeah, that feels good. And then we talked about most that all women like it or like feel better after getting attention. I said most women, like 90%, 95% of women base their value on how the world perceives them. It's just a little bit different. That's all.
I will go 100%.
Yeah, I'm agree with Poppy, but after the fact,
Where you
because you
get
won't
this
know
90% from?
you won't know they're creepy until how they act after the fact. When most women give that little, oh, thank you, sir, I appreciate it, and they got that feel good moment. Then, like a second later, he's running out of the gas station, just acting like a gremlin. So yeah,
Carry on.
Attracted to me. I don't need the
Mhm.
world looking at me per se, although it does feel good.
That's very honest, right? That's what I love about Allie. She's very honest. Okay, so you ended up getting divorced from the first guy, and then how did
Mhm.
you meet your now husband?
So I knew him. I knew him the whole time I was married, and this is what throws people off because it comes into like, well, the beta orbiter. Maybe she was seeing somebody on the side. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
anything like that because my fiance is very rigid. If anybody met him in real life for 5 minutes, they would know just how rigid this dude is. So he outranked me and my spouse at the time. So we never socialized
outrank them in the
out
rigid
of
department.
the office, which would be the military. We
This
were
is
both in
this
the
is some
military. You're
shady
not you're
stuff.
enlisted. You're not supposed to hang out. And also in the military too,
Whoa,
it's like perception is
naughty.
reality. So if you're hanging out with a hot little young honey, people are gonna
Mhm.
think things about you. People are gonna assume things, and you're gonna get some heat at work because of that whole is the man abusing his power kind of thing. Also, infidelity is rampant. It's illegal to be unfaithful in the military. I don't know if people know that. You can actually get a write up at
What?
work. Yeah, Yeah, you can get a write-up at work if you cheat on your spouse as a service member.
Is that
So
true,
people don't
Primal?
like to take those kinds of risks. I
That's
see
true.
people cheat
You
on
can.
deployment though.
They can? Okay.
So I used to work for him. He was a medical provider. He was always very kind to me, and he wasn't condescending.
Oh, she's already plotting. I hear that. I'm like, I
He was
know.
serving
I
me, and
know.
he's got
Yo, Primal called it.
heads. We always treated me like a person, and I always learned from him. So when my divorce rolled
Bet
around,
she did.
I maintained a friendship with him after I got out of the military. So I get out of the military, I get divorced, and then all of things look like a snap. So we just built a friendship, and I know how it looks,
Yeah,
but, like,
big
life is not
time.
black and white,
Mhm.
and it
Mhm.
happens. Like monkey branching happens, whether I knew I was doing it or not. That's how it's gonna look, and
Mhm.
I don't mind because, like, I'm the one in the relationship. Am I really gonna care what these people are thinking when I'm 60? Like, I got the man of my dreams. It happens.
No, that's the thing. You are so cute. Like the way you talk about him is literally, and I can tell he like really supports what you're doing too.
She's scandalous.
Mhm.
Scandalous.
So now you're engaged. I thought you were married today. I got that wrong, but you're engaged.
That
right? You
comment
have a
was what I was
wedding
trying to
date yet?
say.
So things politically are very interesting right now for the military. So I actually don't know if I'm going to get married when I think I'm supposed to be getting married, if it's going to happen much sooner than that. So basically we're just waiting on paperwork because we're getting a prenup. And as much as people say, well, does he really need one? And blah, 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 blah. Listen, if my man is feeling any type of anxiety related to me being with him for the finances, and all I have to do to ease that anxiety is going to be signing a piece of paper, that's my business. Also,
All right, let's break that down. Prenup, yes, no, maybe so. With Poppy, you okay with prenup, or you just like, I'm not gonna get married and be in the States, go out the country, be flexing, QB flexing, that is.
I believe if you got anything to lose, you should sign that. You should get a prenup. If you got like a $200,000 investment on the stock
And
market,
I get that. Now we're talking like extra, like 40K. I got 40K. She got 40K. I got 40K. She got 20.
You don't need a prenup for that.
You know, she might take all my.
Yeah,
she
you
might
gotta
take my
start somewhere.
PS5. She might
40,000
take my
is like
PS5, Minka. You know what I'm saying? That whole is scandalous.
But if you're a doctor and she's a former enlisted soldier, then you probably best get a prenup.
Yes.
My man.
Just keeping it 100. And
Yeah.
you know what?
It works both ways. This is what people
she has deferred to that man. She is absolutely deferred to that man because she knows she cashed her golden ticket and she's going to have it on Easy Street. Because remember back in the earlier video when she said, I realized if I stay with this other man, I'm going to have to work the rest of my forever life. And now she will $100. She gets married. She will not work another day.
Yo, she lose
for me. She's like the female Willy Wonka. She's like the female Willy Wonka. God damn it, this should have been a title of it then. The Willy Wonka.
Yo, going to the chocolate factory. And I'm not even talking about Poppy.
No, dude, Primal, you said exactly what I was gonna say. You're perfect.
Who is that girl? She looks familiar.
She was on Fresh and Fit, sir. She was the fiance that was talking very feminine and saying that she said she was a pro feminine choice. If I want to correct her, I mean she can jump on any time and correct.
She was in the Fresh and Fit show. She was like very clean and polite.
She was the real nice, polite one that was in the middle.
Can we just look at that comment, because that's what I was trying to say earlier, and she just said it so.
I try it again. Shout out to you, Deanne. No, a confident woman is not actually looking to see who is looking at her. A confident, go ahead, get the snap for you, girl. Confident woman knows she looks damn good, winks, smiles, and moves on.
As long as she's got a good wig on, apparently that day. So confident. Hashtag wig studio one. As long as her wig is good.
Wig's hot.
This is what I gotta tell to all these so-called confidence women, man. If
yes, Poppy, tell us.
If you are so bad that you think you're beautiful no matter what, I want you, when you get up in the morning, don't put on no makeup, don't put on nothing, no hair extension, nothing. And I want you to go to your local bar, to your local club, anywhere, and see how's that confidence gonna be working out.
I'll do a live doing that.
Emotional damage.
How's it go about you?
Get him, Poppy. Get him.
No, because you are talking about me.
I was talking about
You
you.
I'll throw this
That's
down.
me,
Just everybody remember. Everybody remember. Everybody's replaceable. Everybody's
That's true.
replaceable. Let's keep it
Yeah.
100. And then
That's
here's
But
the
some
other part
people
of
don't
it.
have that.
For
attitude.
every
People
for every
don't-
for every hot woman, there's a guy that's sick of her shit. Just remember that.
Yeah.
It's a better saying than that.
See, people have to have
Yeah.
that understanding. People don't have that understanding though. People still like back to that delusional. Some people so delusional they still think they're so hot. Oh, if this
It's
guy
like-
leave me, like how dare he leave me? Then she'll walk. He or her will walk out the door, and then swear to God they can grab another one just like that. And that's the scary part for me. Like you think you that bad, you walk out the door and you're gonna get somebody, and if you do, he might be worse than I am. Like say, it might be that stalker, that creeper, whatever that Aminka was talking about. Like, come on,
Stalker?
think.
Yo, where I'm from.
I mean,
it's
how
the same
many times
for
have we heard
people.
that story where somebody thought they were bad and they left their partner, whoever, male or female, and then they went with somebody else, and then 6 months, a year later, they're begging their ex to take them back because that other person wasn't quite as good as the other one. How many times have you heard that story?
All the time.
Yep.
But like, where I'm from is the same, bro. It be like it goes like this. Yo, show me a pretty girl, and I'm gonna show you a guy tired fucking her.
All right. Now you
A
saying
guy
you saying
what?
about go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, repeat that.
I say, show me a pretty woman, and I'm gonna show you a guy that is tired of fucking her.
Ooh.
That's
And it makes
that's
sense.
the more
I'm pretty
aggressive
sure-
version of what I was saying.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Jay-Z probably tired as hell fucking Beyonce. He probably thinks that before we know.
Dude.
He's got to tolerate her at this point.
All right, so you're saying no. So you're saying prenup if they got the money, no prenup, Poppy. So you're saying the same thing, Primal. Okay, cool. What about you, Mika? You saying the same thing?
I think it depends on the situation. I think if it's over like 300,000, then it's like talk about a
'Cause you
prenup. But it
let me-
also depends on the situation because it's there's a certain like I'm Mexican, right? So I'm Hispanic, and like in our culture, if a guy were to say like, "Oh, I want to do a prenup," it's very much like, "Oh, so you think we're gonna get a divorce? Oh, so you're not sticking for the long haul."
I think
And
all women
that's
think.
well, no, not really. I know a lot of girls are cool with prenups and they understand it logically, like financially. But I think there's just different situations, but I think prenups are smart ideas, and I think that if both people are comfortable with it, then it's great. It'll make for a great marriage and everything. You're already seeing eye to eye in that situation. I think that there are some people like if you're not okay with it. I know this one woman, she's 64 years old. When she first got married to her husband, they got married later. But they got married. No, she's almost 70, but they've been married for like 30 years. And there was a time where they weren't getting along maybe 10 years ago. And they were on the verge of like, she was wanting to leave and get a divorce, but she had signed a prenup when they got married at like 35. And she was like, and I guess like he had sprung it on her the day of, she didn't have time to think about it. It was just, this is what we're doing. And she's like, okay, like, I love you. And I think in that kind of situation, it's kind of like fucked up. It's not cool. And I think if you're not comfortable with it, then don't do it because then that person's not for you. You'll go find someone else that you don't need a prenup.
Yeah, because I'm a regular smuggler. Because everybody keeps saying like these crazy amount of numbers. I feel realistically, I'm not going to see.
It's
Yeah,
Angelus.
but yeah, just pretend exactly. Just pretend you broke. If you ain't got it, hell, I'll pretend I'm broke and pretend I'm faking it. I'm faking it to make it at the same damn time. Real talk.
Hey,
But
do you think I saw the lady that models the wigs in the chat I need a plug for her because maybe she can hook me up with something. You know, that might help my game a little bit.
all right,
What-
again, shout
yeah,
out to
no?
DN. Shout out to DN.
Yeah.
Give him that little the
Just
little.
pretend to be broke. That's what
Give me a Fabio. Can you send me like a Fabio wig? I want to give that a roll. See how that works.
Yeah, I gotta show this commercial after the stream if I think about it. Famous actor had this cool little luxurious hair, and I was like, that actually looked good on him. But I will say this, Mika, because everybody's saying to me, everybody's saying these crazy numbers, 100,000, 300,000. They got, and even Deanne said,
If you have appreciating assets.
even if the person got money. Now, what if, like, say, because people making 40 in their 40Ks and they own homes, they own lands, would that be valid enough to say, hey, let's get a prenup?
It depends on the people. Like I said, I know a lot of people that would be comfortable with it, and like her, the woman would be like, "I love you," like absolutely, not a problem. So I think it's kind of like when people say like I want to have kids, and then the other person says I don't want to have kids. Okay, then you guys aren't for each other.
So
Find
why are
someone
you even
that's for
wasting your
you.
time with this person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just find
Yeah.
what's for you. Find if you're gonna be a person that wants a prenup, make that up front. Like, hey, eventually, like if we do get married, I will want a prenup. You can find that out right away. The
And I'm
problem is
an advocate. I'm an advocate for this too, because I said this in the last stream, and I said that I personally wouldn't mind to work with a girl that's struggling. So that's we're both struggling, or I'm struggling, or vice versa. As long as we both have an understanding, and because I feel like we appreciate each other more. Because to be perfectly honest, it's very hard if I did make an 80 or 100K, or like crazy number Poppy saying 300K, and I got it all, and then if I have a woman under me, I got to vet the living hell out of her. Like this one right here, I got to get a prenup. I got to make sure before we get married, I got to do everything. So yeah,
cool.
I'll let you. Somebody start up.
Hey, that guy needed a prenup for her though. She crazy.
Oh yeah. Poppy called it from the Poppy like
She crazy.
Poppy a straight. I mean, not Poppy. Primal's a straight up detector boy. Like that second went off. He's like, I called it, and I just
Yep.
laughed.
Dude, I know
So,
people.
validating my man,
My
like-
whole life, I've known people.
Bro, I called that shit earlier on when she's like, I knew I would
Right, man.
have to
Let
be
Primal have
working
his
for the
due, man.
rest
Don't
of
be
my
trying
life.
to jump on his. Yes, you said it too. Don't be jumping on his cookies.
No, Mika's good. Mika's good.
Primal-
We're bringing great value to each other's lives.
There you go.
Yeah,
Because
that's
we're
why
on
we'll
the
never-
same wavelength. Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
why I'll never sleep with you. Because I can't
You don't-
lose you.
You know what the funny part is? You know how many women have told me that, and then things
Mm.
happen.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I got Poppy vibes right now. Poppy vibes.
Yeah.
Where'd Poppy? Poppy just dipped out.
He'll be back. He's in the chat too. He's doing his thing.
I got you.
Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. So that's pretty much all that's in the way from getting married. But to be honest, there's not gonna be much of a difference in us getting married in reality. Legally, there's gonna be a lot of changes, but in reality, we're already living together. It's gonna be the same.
Yeah, I've never had a issue
disagree.
with a prenup. I don't know why people get emotional about it, because if your plan is to stay married, then what does it matter?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, let me throw a jab at Birthday. She says that, and I could have sworn if I go hunting for it, because she's from a wealthy family. Wealthy family. Her house is like so huge where like all 10 to 11 her kids is raised at in the mansion. She still shows it off. So if I marry you, and I'm coming at you with this birthdays, if I marry you tomorrow, so you're not going to sign a prenup, your father, your mother not going to sit and say, hey, let's get some documents signed, because whatever we give you down the long haul, when we pass or when you get a certain age and some kind of salaries, I'm not going to get a piece of that. Okay. All right. I just want my money.
So I follow this lady on Instagram at Take the Love Pill. She really breaks down femininity and masculinity. And because of women's hypergamous nature, a prenup is not necessarily a bad thing, because you get the resources if you stay. But you also get resources if you try to leave, and it's actually very hard to have an airtight prenup. But as a woman, you can put things in there to advocate for yourself. Your prenup doesn't just have to be about his security. It can be about your security. I can't get into details about mine, but there's things that happen after 5 years, 10 years, stuff like that financially on my part. And people would say, well, if you're a woman and you get married, you're just supposed to stay married. And if you leave, then you get nothing. I don't think anybody ever plans for the death of a child, and very few people's marriages can survive that. So, I mean, I think we're just doing what is sensible.
Well, and if a guy loves you, he's not going to want to leave you high and dry. Like even Donovan on his channel, he said, like, if me and Devin don't work out, like I would financially help her the rest of her life. Like guys don't want to just leave you. Like they're not these evil men that just want to.
Yeah, I know you're all good. I know we have some wild people up in your apartment.
Fall out my chair! Fall out my chair!
Yo,
Lies and deceit, I say. Lies and deceit.
Emotional damage.
Yo, why is Donovan lying? Okay, let me throw one of my personal experiences. And this is me being a nice guy, and the chick like just fucked up. Lived together, had her on my insurance. It didn't work out. Okay, great. She left. I even just the fact I thought about her. I said, hey, you know what? Keep the insurance. I mean, I'm talking about car insurance, medical insurance. Keep that so you can, until you find something. And of course, we get a job that can come in 90 days, whatever have you. Instantly, she's like, no, no, no. That's okay. But that's the far as it would go. I'll give you gas money, like, hey, if you need to ride back, or I'll help you, whatever. Because I've done that in even my own previous America before. Like we separated very nicely. After that, a small time went by, just that little gap. Because at the end of the day, you kind of don't know if you come full circle, but you give it that grace period of separation. We're done. After that, I hold no responsibility toward it. Now, if you just said a hole and cops called and you putting hands on somebody, that's instantly that's a no. But if we've been a cordial breakup, a nice breakup, then yeah. But what the crap Donovan's saying, ain't no way. Especially if I'm dating somebody currently, or if I'm exclusive and another chick just knows because I'm gonna tell her, I'm not gonna lie. She's like, okay, who that be? Why you help support this chick? That doesn't make any sense. And I ain't trying to play Donovan out. I know his pockets, but ain't no way in the hell, bro. I'm gonna sit there and just keep throwing value and throwing my assets to somebody else when clearly it's not working out no more. I'm gonna try to dissolve that relationship so much because on his end, if anybody, this is like a little tidbit for history. Donovan Sharp's current girlfriend or wife or whatever have you, she does everything. I will say this: she adds so much value to the relationship. Like she's does the computer work, tech, and all this other stuff like that. So she does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, editing, whatever, everything for his business. So if I leave somebody like that, I got to make damn sure that cord is cut very smoothly. Oh, God.
Maybe she needs the prenup from Donovan.
I'm sure Donovan already gave her like 2. But you already know, even with a prenup, you got to upgrade them suckers. You got to change around. So it's like, it is what it is. Yeah.
It's always somebody trying to say hi.
I thought somebody knocked on my door and it scared me, but I think it was just the storm.
You know, when you do that, it looks like a horror movie. Like if somebody's just about to like come in and snatch you.
Sorry.
In any no, it's all good. In any case, yeah, if a man loves you, he does not want to leave you high and dry. You really think so? Like, I like to believe that my fiance is not a sociopath, but every woman who's ever been killed by one didn't know. Okay, I am betting my money, statistically speaking, that he's not a sociopath. It would crush him if he just left me and I was homeless on the street or something, you know? But that's all based out of fear. Because women are.
I love Primal's face right now.
Me that I'm taking risks financially, depending on my fiance because we're not married. But if you know enough about the family courts, marriage, he's assuming.
Dude, this is like watching a train wreck.
But women don't know that because we're sort of.
Have you seen one of those parades in China?
Sort of,
yeah,
they got all them flags just going back and forth.
Yeah,
this is like
with the red.
That's her, but with a big ass red flag.
I'm going by. And
Brett, could you talk a little more about that? Because I actually did not know that he assumes risk by having you like live there and financially depend on him. So yeah, talk more about it.
Oh man!
Financially dependent on him already.
I'll tell you.
She ain't even married. He's just
when you want to look at the possibility,
planning this the whole time.
Lieutenant Colonel.
Let me hear.
We're working together, and she outed her own mayor.
Can you I need you to pause it when he's doing it. I can't hear. I want to hear what she's saying. All right,
I'll bring it back so. But oh my God. Well,
I'm with you, Primal. I need to hear what she says.
Shout out to WG. He says red flags. Hey,
yeah, big ass red flags. It's like,
hey, I actually think we're calling out evidence for the potential husband, so he can go ahead and come back. He can come back to the great
doctor. Save yourself, brother. Save yourself. Break contact. You gotta move. Get away.
Ironclad prenup, bro. Like you gotta have all witnesses. Make sure you have 3 lawyers. The first 2 lawyers check that lawyer. The other 2 lawyers check that lawyer. Yo.
She's like, I would hope he's not a sociopath, but you never know.
Hey, If you did your homework, girl, you did wisely. Oh my God.
She's a
Movie.
sociopath.
Somebody's just
God,
about to
sorry.
like come in and snatch you. Like, ah,
Oh
but
no. Sorry.
in any no, it's all good.
Oh, shout out to Deanne, because I you know what? I appreciate you, Deanne, for saying that, because I kept saying the same thing. You never know, because she says, just remember, Ted Bundy was a counselor on a suicide hotline.
And he killed women,
He
and
was
women
so
still find him
smooth.
hot nowadays.
He was so smooth, and not even this. Just to add some caveat to this, Deanne, because they showed a documentary on Netflix where it wasn't just women. He was so smooth to dudes. Like when they actually
Yeah.
arrested him, he went to court. They had him in a room by himself. He talked his way to go to the bathroom. They left him alone, and he hopped out the third floor window and kept it pushing. Like, come on now, crazy.
In any case, yeah, if a man loves you, he does not want to leave you high and dry. You really think so? Like, I like to believe that my fiance is not a sociopath, but every woman who's ever been killed by one didn't know. Okay, I am betting my money, statistically speaking, that he's not a sociopath. It would crush him if
Your
he just
monies?
left
You
me
mean
and I
his
was
monies?
homeless on the street or something, you know? But that's all based out of fear. Because women come to me and they tell me that I'm taking a risk by financially depending on my fiance because we're not married. But if you know enough about the family courts and common law marriage, he's assuming a lot of risk. But women don't know that because we're sort of pedestalized. Everything is sort of we're the ones that we're having our time wasted. Couldn't be that I'm possibly wasting his time. Nobody thinks about that. They just think about the automatic assumption is that men are bad or we're trying to take advantage of us.
Well, and what could you talk a little
she's
more about
she's
that? 'Cause I
she knows
actually did not-
exactly what she's doing while she's doing it, and she's telling you she's doing it.
Yeah, let me hear her. This is the part.
not know that he assumes risk by having you like live there and financially depend on him. So yeah, talk more about it.
Oh man.
I
Oh
don't-
girl. Okay. So I'll tell you. Right. So when you want to look at the possibility of what can happen in the United States, you want to look at the UK, and the UK is much more woke than what we have in the US. So you can live with a man for a few months, and in some instances there have been rulings that constituted a common law marriage. So basically, the man is cohabitating with his girlfriend. They break up. She, instead of breaking up, initiates a divorce. Do you see? And each state, what they have that indicates a common law marriage will vary. So in the state of Kansas, which shout out to the Midwest, that's where I live, way too much gluten in this air. So here,
There's gluten in
if you
there.
call each other husband and wife and you're not legally married or you didn't do a church ceremony, that constitutes common law marriage. So you actually have to be careful about the words that you call each other, how you have your bank accounts linked, and I get so worried about this information ending up in the hands of a gold digger. I get so worried, but
Like myself.
If you have a man directly paying for a large bill for you, like let's say it's a car payment, maybe it's car insurance, maybe it's rent. So the bill is in your name, but the payment is coming from his bank account with his name. That can be enough for a woman to ask for a common law divorce, whether you've been together for 6 months, maybe you've been together for several years. So it varies. Yeah. So it like people like, oh my God, you're taking so much risk. Like, yeah, my eggs, but I'm 27. Like, I do want to have a baby as soon as possible, though. So.
And it's not like you're doing nothing.
The evidence is
you're
piling
building
up.
a business right now.
What the
Like,
fuck?
you're getting the opportunity to build like the business that you want.
Oh yeah, I'm so tired of these horror stories. Like people out here really looking at the color purple and thinking that it's everybody's relationship or waiting to excel. I mean, I don't know if you know. I mean,
All
I'm
you,
a little bit more
Deanne.
ethnic. For those of you that don't know, I'm Puerto Rican, but I also grew up in a. Yeah, my stepfather was black, so I got the best of both cultures, really. So it's just like these terrible horror stories about what if a man takes advantage of you. Nobody talks about what happens if you're cherished. Like, let me tell you this. So I just started this femininity journey because I'm very much a try it out, see if it helps you kind of girl. And I tried it out because I wanted to be Becky Housewife. I'm not going to front. I wanted that. And so I had to do research and I tried it out for 2 weeks and I was getting a lot of responses from him, positive feedback. So positive feedback gives you that positive reinforcement. So I just kind of kept doing it. But he started opening doors for me all the time. Every time, like all the time.
Well, let me ask this question. So, just to play devil's advocate. So, what positive feedback can a woman give for another man can give positive reinforcement? I think this
He
might be
Pavlov's dogged her.
She's
What?
running social goddamn experiments on this man. It's abuse. It's insane. This is the damn hunter telling the deer how I'm going to shoot you and gut you and mount you over my door. This is crazy.
Dude, she's psychotic. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, she talked about her husband maybe being a sociopath. It takes one to know one.
Yeah, no, she's fucking off her rocker, bro.
Best
Oh
horror
my
movie ever.
god.
Hey, look, Deanna likes my wig, all right? You know what? Maybe her and I can stand up a business together here, okay? I'm going to need a prenup after this launches, okay? I'm going to call it Joe. I'm going to call it Joe Dirte, okay? That's gonna
There you go. There you go.
Dirty.
I love my sister. I love my sister.
You're my sister. You're my sister.
Sister.
She was
He
good.
added some value to her life.
Yeah, WG says, imagine the big Texasness. I'm sorry. Breakup. Hell no. I'm claiming common law divorce. Oh, shots fired. I got you, WB.
She knows way too much about this too.
She done her homework this time.
Facts.
She knows what's up.
That might be a female Ted Bundy without the murder. Except it's gonna be all through the pockets.
Yep.
And Deanna got this for you, Ramo. Deanna said if you would market your wig line, maybe you would need a prenup. Yeah, that's what he said.
See?
Bring it on.
Good point.
Bring it on. She said, baby, I did. All right. Okay. You don't mind getting them little sugar baby? What is it? What's that? So the sugar baby, sugar kid. So what is it for the dude? So
I think it's still sugar baby. Still sugar baby.
Okay, go ahead. Find your sugar baby.
Wait, I thought you had to be young. I'm old, man. I can't be a sugar baby. Can I?
No,
Well, we don't know her age, so I'm not gonna ask her age. But I mean,
oh, okay. Yeah, that's
She
rude. We
looks
can't
like
ask
she's
age.
37
That's rude.
years old.
Oh, she said you can join me, sweetie.
oh no. Well, who you talking about though? Like, let's give me his face and his mug real quick.
She's
You know what
about
I'm saying?
35.
She's talking
Hey,
about Primal.
Nah, I think she's talking about me. You talking about
Come on,
Primal?
man. You know the wig. You know the wig does
Dina
it.
says
Let's
on
keep
how
it real.
Hold on, I'm trying to pick. We trying to shoot our shot right now, so shut up real quick. Are you talking about
Hold
Primal?
on.
Are you talking about me?
Angeles, you know you lose when the guy can flip his hair. You know you're gonna lose that,
Hey,
right? When you
okay,
can flip your
okay.
hair.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Oh, that's a loaded question. No, I don't. Whew.
Yeah, we're not gonna disrespect it like that. I mean, if you're cool with it, but
27.
24.
I'm gonna say 30,
23.
35.
35.
Yeah, because you really look good for your age.
Because Minka's 23, so you're 24.
I'm not 23. I'm 30.
I'm just.
She's
I
she's
love
not
being
gonna-
30.
Is she dumb? Is she dumb?
She's not
You
gonna
see
take
it as
it.
a compliment. I love being 30. Now
I'm married to her, bro.
I-
You just be happy you ain't married to her.
I'm trying to look at her picture. Let me see.
Thank
She
you.
about
Thank you for
35, 37.
About 35.
Thank you for the
37.
compliment.
Poppy
All right.
just like.
Yeah, he all up in it. She said she's
Dissect.
cool with it. All right, we'll rock with that. I appreciate you for being a good sport with that.
I mean,
let's
is she gonna say it?
No, bro. You the only one be like on it. Let's continue the video.
So what's the point in even asking her then?
We have a
Taking a guess
conversation.
for no reason.
Hell no. I'm not gonna do with that. She's cool with that.
I
It's
love
just like we play
Poppy.
the lottery and then we ain't want to know.
That's her choice. That's her
Come on,
choice.
yo.
Yo, that's like, I ain't gonna lie. That's on Primal Street. Primal like clearly didn't want to dox somebody. He's like, hey, who is it? And I tell him on the back, he's like, why he just didn't say it? I'm like, because he didn't want to say it.
We over here taking gas. Okay, like tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and play the lottery, and then like forget about it. They even tell me what numbers came out. Like, yeah, we're just gonna guess, right?
Yeah,
Come
we
on.
guess right.
Play
She's a very attractive 35. There you go.
Time. The doors are getting open left and right. He's
You
always
see?
making sure I
Told you.
have water. Baby,
You're
I'm
over here, right?
thirsty, stuff like that. So, all these nightmare stories, just tell me you picked the wrong dude without telling me you picked the wrong dude.
Well, and it makes you look bad because you're the one who chose him. But and here's the thing they don't talk about. Like, men are so willing to help you. Like, my brothers, I could talk like on and on about how many times they've just like helped me with random situations in my life. That's why I can never hate men, because my brothers are like literally like when COVID first happened.
How
I
you
was supposed
gonna
to run
use
a
your brothers
marathon,
as an example?
and it got canceled. And my older brother Austin, I'd
That's the
moved
man
to
around her life.
Milwaukee and didn't know anyone, right?
Mhm.
He has all his friends run with me, and he organizes like the whole trail so I can like run it the whole, and it was just so nice. I didn't even ask him to. It's just like stuff like that. Like men are so willing to help you if you're, you know, nice to them and a pleasant
Or you
person to be
suck their
around.
dick.
Or
Not
you're
brothers,
really
not her
hot
brothers.
and
Yeah, it's
makes
true.
Not her
them
brothers.
to your point. Yes.
Learning
yes.
how to work with men and just be grateful for their assistance will
Mhm.
do wonders for you professionally as well.
Mhm.
It's not just
I-
for
That's what she
keeping
did
your
during
man
her
happy, things like that. Although that's what
her
works
actor
for
Nah,
me. And
bitch.
look, I get it.
You
Not every
capping, you
woman
a gold
wants
digger,
to
you got the
be
golden
the
ticket.
kind of housewife that I
That's
want.
different. Don't put
I
yourself
understand
in
that.
our
Maybe they want to work.
category.
Maybe they want
No.
Some will say, some
No.
will be in
No.
that little imagination.
No, she's tripping. Every time I've ever let a male help me in my professional career, they have always wanted something that had nothing to do with a professional career. No, thank
Like
you,
what?
miss. Mapunani. The
Mm.
fuck you mean, like what? Clients,
But you earlier
employees.
say that they're looking for what is to be supported mentally and stuff like that.
She's saying that even in a professional atmosphere, if you value men and you ask them for help and let them help you, that it will help advance even your professional career. I am saying that's cap.
It depends on the
Everybody
field,
knows what the game is. Like, let's
For
just
real.
keep it
Yeah,
100
let's
here.
be
That's
honest.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like,
though. It
exactly.
depends
We
on
all
the
know.
field though. Because
Yeah,
if you're
we all.
into the Hollywood, into the movie things, you gotta fuck to get roles over there.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
You think if a guy gives you a role, like hypothetically, we're not going to say all because we know that it's not all, but majority, yeah, for sure. If a guy gives you, let's say I want an aspiring actress and I'm trying to get a lead role, someone finally gives it to me, you don't think he's going to be trying to fill me up as I'm trying to do the audition or try and like get ready for my next set?
That's why they be trying to bring out all these little as much contracts as possible for even women on their end. So just to be careful, but even still, a guy can be like, "Hey, I gave you this role because," or they're not even hinted. And you, like I said, we all know the deal. So,
Bro, they'll be straightforward with it. Here's a pizza box. I got extra sausage.
Mm.
You remember those, huh, puppy?
Oh Lord,
I don't hang out in Hollywood. I know that crew.
Have a
Man.
career that's
You
fulfilling.
live in Hollywood.
I'm just here to help
I don't
women
live
who
in
want
Hollywood.
to get married and stay married. I look at traditionalism as insurance. But in
Mhm.
regards to men just being helpful for you, I would say that a lot of my professors is predominantly male, and I'm
Mhm.
establishing better working relationships with them all
and
the
I bet
time
she got
because
really
they
good
say that I'm, like,
grades too.
masculine. And it's interesting because the more I talk to them about intergender dynamics, they don't really disagree with me. They pretty much agree that women like resources. Not one of these masculine professors, because they be
And
like
penis.
masculine in the closet or something. I don't know. They're all ripped. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's a good thing to try out and see if it works for you as a woman.
Actually, I'm curious if you agree with this. I say it's not necessarily about the money, okay? Like if a guy won the lottery, if he's broke, wins the lottery, I don't think he becomes hot. It's about the skills he like acquires in getting money. Like his work ethic, his drive, usually
Mhm.
comes with some sort of competence. Would you agree with that or disagree?
Oh my god.
No, I 100% agree.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get presented that point a lot.
Mhm.
So to that, I normally say that what gets forgotten in all this red pill stuff because it's money, muscles, game, frame. Okay,
Yeah.
true. But these blue collar men, they're very
Okay,
hot.
true,
There's nothing
but
sexier
yeah.
than a man fixes your sink without calling the plumber. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Because
gosh, yeah. Yeah, that's
Dude,
yeah.
if you're fucking rich, you
My-
can call all the
Is your man
plumbers. You can get a
resourceful?
whole new goddamn house.
For real.
These bitches
For
are
real.
stupid as shit.
Yeah.
This is what you gotta. This is what you gotta. Like the internet is like everybody trying to come up
Clip
with
that.
it.
Jesus
Everybody
Christ, I
want to
can't.
be perfect.
I like scared my dog right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
like,
bitch, he don't need the plumber because he'll buy a new fucking house.
get what she's saying, the manly man that fixes things with their bare hands, for sure. But she just said if a man wins the lottery, that doesn't make him hot. Fuck yeah, it does, because all of a sudden he's got big dick energy. You know why?
Oh
Because he
yeah.
won billions and millions of dollars
Oh,
and he
yeah.
don't give a fuck anymore. Like,
They
Money
be lining
pays
up.
everything.
You tell. That's why lottery winners have to hide their shit. That's why they don't want to go public, because people be lining up to get it. Whether it's people looking for fundraisers or hoes looking for a golden Charlie.
yeah, but it's
chocolate factory
specifically
ticket.
the thing that she's talking about is like that is not what makes a man attractive, but it does, because what makes a man attractive is a level of confidence. If he can fix shit with his hands, he's confident. If he can build a business and create a lot of wealth, he has confidence. If he has his shit together, there's a lot of different things that bring that confidence. If you have a loser stoner that lives with his mom and luckily wins the lottery, hell yeah, all of a sudden he's going to have a buckload of confidence that makes him more attractive. The problem is that stupid people are only thinking, oh, it's the money. No, it's what comes with the money. Money is an illusion. Money is supposed to work for you. Exactly. That's where the confidence comes from. It's not the other shit. Ugh.
Because money will give you power, but other things will give you power too, like being a stud or having skills. Those give you power. But also injecting $30 million into your bank account, don't tell me that doesn't give you power.
And WG says both those women would throw themselves at a lottery winner. I will say this, WG, just on morals alone, because I follow other things, and she does have a wealthy family. So, and she dated some, like, according to some well below average guys. Her last recent one, I don't know why they're not still together. I thought he was actually cool. They did a bunch of TikToks together, but I think she might be the one out the norm to say, hey, I don't care if you got money, not as long as you show potential in your career wise or job, and then we're still good. So
I think
she might be
that's like how she was raised. That comes with how you were raised.
Exactly, because she's just very and shout out to PearlyTHingz. Like I said, I watched her. She seemed like and she's even noticed, because she even called herself like, hey, I'm the ginger girl with this, that, third. So she pretty much she's like woke to a lot of stuff and aware, like it's like dumb aware to some things. It's scary. And attractiveness, it's like it is what it is. So I think she might be that one that's like, hey, it is what it is. So
yeah, but that girl on the right, dude, believe me, if a freaking lottery winner hit her up, I bet she'd leave Colonel Doctor in a second.
Yeah, if the paperwork can push faster one end.
No, hold on now. This is what's gonna happen, Primal. I know where you're going. This is what's gonna happen. She's gonna start finding something wrong with the doctor. Well, you don't treat me well. You know what I mean? That's when the problems start like appearing. Next thing you know, she with the lottery. Next thing you know, she with the lottery winner. They need to find an excuse to live.
Wait, and she's also gonna say people are gonna speculate that it happened when I was together with the doctor, but it did not happen.
But it didn't.
Friends.
Yeah.
We were friends, and we knew each other.
He coached me. He added value to my life.
This I'm gonna say it's depressing, but it's got me to the point like, dang, like what? Like, I don't know. Hit me up. Hit me up.
People are gonna claw their way up the damn ladder. That's just the way of the world, right? And if you
and
recognize that, then that's okay.
My friends, and that is why I have not left my house in almost 2 weeks.
Big facts. Big facts.
When you a millionaire, bro, there is no such a thing as an ugly millionaire or ugly billionaire. You look cute when you're a millionaire. You are very attractive, no matter what you look like.
That's the gloss and wigs and makeup right there.
I think Jordan Peterson says it's usefulness, like across the board. That's what women are attracted to. Okay, so you're starting a business now. Like, this is your channel and everything. Can you talk a little more about that? You're helping women, right?
Yes. Well, women that want to get married. Like I said, I don't think dating works at all. I've looked at the modern dating scene. There's no need for any sort of delayed gratification, and marriage only works with delayed gratification. What I think happens is that a ready-made husband shows up and bumps into a ready-made wife. These two people individually have already decided, I'd like to be a husband one day, I'd like to be a wife one day, and then bam, they meet in real life, and that's it. So my thing is,
I love her face right now. PearlyTHingz.
To help children, you have to get to the women. That's really who my target audience is behind the scenes. So I try to help women to be well-rounded so that I can prevent things like fatherless homes, like child abuse. And I think that it is effective and it works. Because I've seen interventions when they intervene in the mother's life, then the children turn out better. These are things that you can look up. I think Richard Tremblay, he talks about mitigating aggression for young children. But a lot of what I see that are complaints in the dating market in regard to women, modern women, it's really pathological women. And it's my suspicion that a lot of these women are pathological because they were brought up with maternal narcissism. So for me, it's all of this like big picture, connecting the dots and trying to get to this women before society crumbles. That's where I'm at.
Huh?
Well, and it's tough, okay, because we're in a different, like, birth control changed everything. Like, because I always say if you take away the consequences in a society, people do more of the wrong thing because there's no consequence, right? And that's kind of what birth control did, right? Like, it gave women the ability to sleep around, and so more women did. And delay marriage.
It's so much worse than that too. Yes. Okay.
And,
so
yeah, go ahead.
No, we're too agreeable. You got to finish your statement.
No,
I bet they're both on birth
delays,
control.
Like, it used to be. My mom got married at 21. The average age of first marriage is like 28 and 31 in the UK. Yeah,
it's insane. So basically, whether women believe it or not, I think they're naturally ridiculed. We will buy and do anything that tells us that we're young for as long as possible, because a lot of our worth is what we're born with, which would be fertility, which obviously as you age, that sort of goes down. So things that make you think you're younger longer than you actually are. Birth control is one. Postponing marriage is one. Pursuing a career is another one. So we kind of like do these things, but
I think we
will get old one day. So I try to tell women in their 20s, don't plan for your life based off of the options that you have now. Like, think about how you want to live at 60. Do you want a man to be there or not? Some women, they're definitely okay with it, independent women. But I try to look at the happy independent women that are actually out there doing their PhD research. They feel like their time on this earth was valuable. But
your PhD.
The independent women I be seeing is like these fake small business CEOs. They ain't CEOs of nothing. It's no publicly
Like the
traded company.
business
They're
CEO
working
she's
at the
about to
DMV.
be?
Tell me I'm making a mistake by depending on my man. Get out of here.
Oh my God, that's so true.
They're so angry, and I know that. Oh man, I could get into it. You know, I worked at a couple store for a year, bro. So a couple store is really code for working at a sex shop. I was sexually ignorant. I just wanted to see what was up. When I tell you that every single one of us on staff was pathological in one way or another, I'm not playing. Like, all of us were messed up in some way, shape, or form. So when you're looking at these women that are working regular schmegular jobs, yeah, I'm suspicious.
Wait, so what do you mean you were messed up? Like, because you said you had some sort of transformation. I think I saw that on your story once.
Yeah. Okay, so long story short, I grew up in a lower socioeconomic status, and I grew up with a lot of risk factors being a single mom. That
I grew up poor.
Just in my upbringing, and I didn't know that was going on until I was about 23.
I didn't know I was poor until 23.
Before I had complex PTSD, and I had no idea. But no man wants to marry you or have babies with you when you're freaking out all the time and crying all the time and just absolutely terrified about living life. So I had to get some type of diagnosis, and then
Make it
that,
stop.
I got cognitive your triggers. There's multiple different triggers, which I don't even really like that it's called PTSD, because that's how you're supposed to respond when you're pause it. Assaulted.
All right.
She essentially just said, I grew up poor, didn't realize it until I was 23. I had some PTSD from it. And no guy wants to be around someone that gets triggered by all these different things. So I had to get diagnosed. It's not I had to get a job and get myself out of there. I had to get diagnosed.
And I feel like we just glossed over, why didn't the first relationship work out? What was so bad about your first husband? What happened?
Because he wasn't going to be able to support her so that she wouldn't have to work. She already said it.
What a bitch. F you. Like, F you. Like, I've heard this story so many times. You're just like so many other pieces of trash. Like, F her.
Oh my God.
And what is crazy is like I don't know, maybe that should be
I'm
like in a law like that. I think the exes should be like she should interview the ex. Like what would he
yeah,
say? Like
because
let's keep it a buck on that one.
I'm all for women that want traditional roles. I think every
I think
person
that's
in
what she should have
general
led
should.
with that. I think she should have led with that. All the other
So
stuff she
right, and
said, she
so
threw
that's
herself
what
on the
I'm
bus. Go ahead, I'm
and
sorry.
that's what I'm trying to say is that like I'm all for feminism is not one or the other. It's the ability for a female to choose what kind of life that she wants. That's all
It's
it
a
is.
fact.
You want to be a hoe, be a hoe. You want to be a housewife, be a housewife. Whatever
Facts.
makes you happy. But the way that she's talking about it is just like those other feminists that are fucking crazy that are saying, "Oh, you want to be a housewife? That's disgusting." That's what she's
The
talking
slave.
about. Like she's trash. All she's talking about is I grew up poor. Instead of fixing it, I needed to find someone to fucking save me. No one was gonna come and save me because I was batshit crazy. So I had to get diagnosed. So now I've got excuses for why I'm crazy, but I'm not changing anything. So instead, I'm gonna keep on climbing up that ladder to different men to see who's gonna take better care of me. So when this one doesn't work out, I'm gonna get another one that works even better for me, and I'm gonna train other women how to be fucked up like I am too.
Yo,
Like,
You know, you know
that's
what I
so
say? Shout out to her former husband, dude. You lucked out that she left. God bless you. Thank you for your service. You are lucky that she exited your life because
yeah,
it's better. I'm sure it's better.
So she's a coach now.
She
yeah,
wants
that's
to
what
be.
she's
And
she
saying.
wants to
She's
be.
yeah.
But she said she
So
got the channel and she's doing enough to help women through them little crises
I
that
would love to be a guest.
so she's a coach, she's showing like teaching women what to be feminine or
she's
something like
Brittany
Uh,
Renner 2.0.
Yeah,
yeah,
that.
the
No,
basically,
classic
no. We
classic
cannot
Call
compare
me
version.
her to
wrong.
Brittany
a
Renner.
Call me
Classic
classy
wrong.
version.
Brittany Renner
Yeah, classic
She's
Brittany
Yep.
Renner.
Brittany Renner 2.0. Call me wrong.
Yeah,
with
the classy
You
class.
are
version.
wrong.
Oh,
Why?
say it, Poppy. Bring it.
You are wrong because at least is she married? At least
No,
this
she's
woman
Yes.
engaged. She's
she's
engaged.
engaged.
She was
She's
married, got
divorced.
divorced, and now re-engaged to a
Wait.
doctor.
No. You guys left out the part that it was their boss.
Yeah, she's working for him.
So
That's how she
now
got him. Yeah, go ahead.
this is $1 million question, and you Angelos, help me out. You said she was in the Fresh and Fit joint. Was she married back then?
No, she was engaged to the guy she's engaged with now.
Mm.
He
Oh,
gave her permission to go there.
Yeah, because he's
first
a
of
beta
all,
bucks.
she's a good looking girl. She's a good looking girl. And she and she teaching me. So she teaching
I
women
bet
how to
she's
be
got an
feminine.
OnlyFans. I bet she's got an OnlyFans.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it.
I don't
don't
see the
see it
OnlyFans,
either.
but
I bet she's on the down low. She's got an OnlyFans. I bet.
I don't
And
see
if
it.
it's not active, she had one.
Oh,
Oh, in the past, or maybe you
But
gotta be there. But
she's-
right now, I don't see it because
I don't-
that's
Remember,
the thing
she's
when I pull
military.
over.
I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot that shot too. I don't even in the past because she was in the army, so maybe she was smart enough to not to do that because she.
Yes.
On the
she's not.
down low.
I don't know how long she served.
Wearing a mask, doing something. She had an OnlyFans. I bet you. I bet you.
Oh my god! If it comes
I
back,
don't see it.
if it comes back, like I'm
I could
saving
see
this.
her sleeping with her high school teacher, but I can't see her having an OnlyFans.
I don't know
Yeah,
what Primal
because
just said. It
with
makes
a
more
doctor,
sense
that's
now.
why.
It makes more sense now. Like feet pics, not showing the face. Yeah. I'm telling you. I don't know. Primal like his own little crystal ball.
Hey, whatever's done in the dark always comes to the light. We'll find out soon enough.
That's
And
true.
by the way, I know. Listen, I love OnlyFans girls, man. So I
No,
have fun with that.
we're not saying
There
nothing
ain't nothing
wrong.
wrong with
We're not
it.
saying nothing
Yeah,
wrong with
nothing
it. But the way she's portraying herself, like it's so much cat on all different angles, and we're seeing a whole nother bigger picture as she's saying things. So
We're
now if
reading
it
through
comes-
her bullshit.
now if we should have her on, but if we ask it directly, hey, do you have OnlyFans? Had you ever had an OnlyFans? And if she say no, and a year or two later, some creep, like I said, that guy that Mika was talking about, I love her. And he got her OnlyFans, clicked the screenshot.
Mm.
5 years later, come back. I swear to God, I don't care what we do in our lives. We're gonna be right back on this bitch again. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
told
look, to be honest,
And I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna take that long sip.
to be honest, yo, look, I like
With the
I
pinky up.
actually- I like this girl, yo. I like this girl. I'm gonna tell you why. Because at least she's like, she letting you know I want to be a housewife and I want to be taken care of. So I
I
like
will
that.
say that she's
In
on. She's
I
honest
like
about that.
manipulating
She's
way, in the manipulation way. Hey.
Yeah, but even
Because I started
so,
training my husband and I started seeing positive feedback and
but the
But
Tell
maybe
at
not
that
the
point,
first
hold on,
one.
let me finish.
I have to agree with Poppy.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with Poppy because at the first one, maybe she was capping, manipulating, but the second one is a doctor. He outranked both of them. He's been their boss. He's been around. He knows what it is if she's saying, I want all of this. And he's got a prenup.
I'm okay with that.
yeah,
Yeah, and like I said,
he
man,
knows what
I
he's
like
getting
the
into.
fact that
Best of
she
luck.
put it
He
on-
knows. He knows.
She put it on front street, like, yo, I want to be a housewife, and I want. Meaning, when a girl tell you she want to be a housewife, she telling you she want to be taken care of. That's what
Don't
she
turn a
telling you.
hoe. Can't. What did he say? Something about can't turn a hoe into a housewife. I feel like that.
At that
clicked in
point, that's
here
the
for some
guy's
reason.
fault. It's
Yeah,
up to the
Clicked
guy
in
at that
here.
point.
yeah.
I agree with Poppy on this one. I do. Because
But he got all the paperwork in
Somebody
order.
gonna get burned.
Yeah, but he got all the paperwork in order, so he got himself covered. So hey,
How often do prenups get thrown out though?
That's
bro,
what I'm about to say. That it depends on the state.
I was
where you
thinking
at,
that
the
too.
amount of time, if income increase.
I
all that comes into
bet
consideration.
there's a couple babies that come along and somebody's getting paid.
well, she did say she want to hurry up and get pregnant real quick.
Well, yeah, because
She
she's
said, yeah.
getting close to 30, man. She got it. You got to let's get on it.
Oh, that's the
Gotta knock
excuse.
this
It's,
out.
it's not this. So that's the excuse. The age gap. Oh, so it's the age and the pocket change. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How the hell are you peeling oranges?
With
Huh?
her fingers.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
With my finger.
You.
It's my nails. My nail lady. My nails will not come off. I pay.
No, you said your nail lady. Your
hundreds.
nail lady had nothing to do with your motions, your
No, she
mechanical
does.
functions of your hand.
It hurts. It hurts. My nails will not bend. They don't move. They will not break. This lady, like when I peel it, it hurts.
Oh, so you said the lady did a bad job with your nails?
No, she did an amazing job. That's why they don't come off.
All right, just checking. Shout out to the lady.
People get sent to the
I agree
hospital.
with what Deanna's saying. That's why I'm calling her Brittany Renner 2.0 because she's just telling you what it is. She's a gold digger and she's telling you.
But
She's
at
writing
least-
a book about
and this
it.
is what I disagree, Primal. At least this one want to be just with one guy. Brittany want to be just starting it up out there.
We don't know that. We don't know that. She's already divorced one guy. Who's to say this isn't guy number 2 along the path to number 4 or 5?
Yes, but we can only speak what we see. As of right now,
and-
she's with the one guy.
And she did sign the prenup.
You see what I'm saying? Brittany's out
That's-
there. Hey, listen, I love me some Brittany. I think Brittany Renner should be a coach. She should be able to coach.
I'm
She's
a
trying.
fan. I'm a fan of her. I'm
I
just
love
saying
that
she's
girl.
like a classy BR.
She's disgusting. I think Brittany Renner is trash, but I think this one's
Nah,
classy and
don't
she's up
disrespect
front.
that
She
woman.
honest
I don't
about her
find
crap
it-
though.
I don't
She
find
honest
Brittany.
about it.
I don't find Brittany disgusting because she letting you know what time it is. I found this guy.
After she did
Why
the
is this
deed
bitch
with
is
so many guys.
disgusting? It's the guy's fault.
I think it's disgusting. I personally believe it's disgusting because she used these men and then she made it a platform because she wanted to benefit off them.
Wrong. It's the guy's fault. She's putting it out there. She said it herself. I'm a hoe. She said that. It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. She said, I'm a hoe. I'm not making it up. She said it.
Right. But she
wrote a
said
book.
that.
She
Can
wrote
I
a book
finish?
saying, hold on, let me finish. She wrote a book saying, telling you the 30 guys that she slept with, all the athletes, the rappers. That right there tells you everything you need to know. If I'm an athlete or rapper, whatever, I know. Like, listen, I'm experienced to deal with Brittany Renner in my life. You see what I'm saying? Brittany, she wouldn't be playing me out like that because I know how to maneuver. She telling you, bro. Listen, if I'm a thief, will you invite me to your house?
Heck no.
All right then. So now, if I'm a thief, you invite me to your house.
Wait, we're going to Brittany Renner's house? Did I hear that right?
He's giving an example of like Brittany Renner is pretty much telling you what it is up front and personal. So
It's this guy's fault,
and Poppy's saying, yeah, if I'm a thief, I'm telling you,
Am I-
thief. I'm
is
a
it my turn?
burglar. Are you still going to invite me? Yeah, hold on. And Poppy's saying, if I'm a thief and I'm telling you I'm a thief and I'm a burglar, would you allow me in your house? The answer would be no. But if I say yes, I'm gonna expect what I'm gonna expect. I'm gonna get robbed. I'm gonna get burglarized.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Now?
ma'am.
The issue I have with Brittany Renner isn't what she did after. It's that she didn't tell them I'm a thief or I'm a hoe when she was doing it. She started writing about it. Let me finish. Excuse me.
Let her finish.
She did that shit and then she wrote about it, and then she started saying I'm a hoe.
Wrong.
She's
That
a
book
hoe.
has been out for like
I
5 years.
said that
book
she's
came out in
a hoe. I
2015.
feel like that one clicked in my mind too.
She wrote the book after she was already a hoe. She didn't go to these guys and say, "Hey, I'm a hoe."
Ooh, I
She
like
went to
that
these guys
candle.
with an
That's a nice candle.
anticipation of
Sorry.
using them, and then writing a book of I'm a hoe. Had she said it before, I wouldn't think she's disgusting. I would say she's straight up. It's their dumbass fault. But she didn't do that. She played them, and then she wrote a
When the
book,
book came
and
out?
then she was a hoe. The
When
book
the book
came
came
out
out?
after she's like 5 years ago.
Bro,
This was before she started
this is
saying
what
I'm
I'm
a
trying to
hoe.
make you understand. She been doing, how you call that? The Instagram live, the
That's what it
Snapchat.
started with the
Been
Instagram.
saying it all the time. I'm a hoe. Listen, I've been knowing about Brittany for about 7 years now. I mean, I don't know her personally, but I've seen her twice. She been like close to me a little bit at the club and shit like that. Listen, ever since I
On her
know
piece
this
of
girl, she
property.
been out. She is telling you what time it is with her, yo. I don't need her for her to write a book. If I'm in those places, I know how to deal with her because I know how she get down. I damn sure would have got her pregnant.
I respect her more than was it Blue Jasmine, because at least with her she's up front. Blue Jasmine will play games and finesse you just to get Lily. And I'll give an example because Blue Jasmine actually gave me a story where she finessed the guy out of just a car, and that's literally all he had. So she would literally take anything from. She was literally the perfect example of a viper. You know what I'm saying? A succubus.
Those are the people. That's how I'm sorry, but that's how I see Brittany Renner. From what I have personally read from her, understood, watched the videos. From my understanding, that came after, and that's the way that I see Brittany Renner, which is why I said that. I don't say people are discussing if they have threesomes or they're on OnlyFans or they do any of those things. To each their own. What I find disgusting is on a moral value. If you take every last dollar or every last dime, or you trick someone into making them think that you're something that you're not on purpose, that's when I think you're disgusting. That's it. On both sides, men and women.
I respect your decision. Deanna says here, she says, shout out to you, Deanna. She says she is honest. Need to respect that. So I guess she's referring to the girl in the what we're reacting to. She knows what she wants. Yeah, I mean,
that's where I agree with
She's
Poppy.
saying, bend over, baby, and I'm going to stick this right up where the wild goose
And that's the
goes.
difference with her. She's straight up and she's saying what she wants. Poppy hit it on the nail.
Yeah, and what this toward Primal, since we're talking about prenup and stuff, she said there is a prenup called the Judge Everything is Final.
All right, I'll have to get educated on that just in case. Yeah. Just in case I want to go for round 3. Just in case I want to go for round 3. If I'm a glutton for punishment, let's see how dumb I can be.
It'd be round 2 for
just
me,
when
Primal.
Just when I want to add some value to Minka's life, I'll go for round 3.
Hey, it'll be round 2. If it
I've
doesn't
never
work,
been married. Let's do it.
Round 2. So we getting divorced right now.
All right.
All right.
Can you handle small children?
I could, but I don't.
That's a pause. So that's a no.
See, that's
red flags already.
No, that's a
hey,
no. That's
since we're saying that,
Minka, it was good while it lasted, baby. It's okay.
I know. I love you.
Since you said that, because I have a friend, she has a kid, and then the guy that she would date that one day from out of state, like an hour away in New York, his kid is somewhere else out of state. And I told her, I was like, is he asking about your kid? Is he like, making up conversations about you? That's when that's a red flag right there. I have a friend like
when they don't.
Yeah,
when they don't care about your kids, that's the damn red flag.
That's you. You know what I'm saying? Just like same thing with Primal. And even as a guy, like if my kids in my life, they're actively around me, that's a positive for me. But if you're not asking about like, oh hey, how's your kid doing? Or I'm not saying you have to bring them gifts, kiss their butt.
We don't talk about that enough. You know how I was telling a girl, side note, I know this is completely unrelated to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But
we've taken a lot of side paths here. Yeah.
I keep forgetting, but I have even told some of my friends of having both you, Primal and Poppy, the fact that you guys are both two men that are constantly about your children. You guys set such an amazing example to other men, and I just want to say thank you for humanity, because it's not something that you see all the time, and you guys are really devoted fathers, and it's really, really nice to see that.
We know the struggle. You know the struggle.
Yeah, but
it hurts. I felt like my heart just grew 3 sizes that day. It hurts.
Oh.
Yeah, we doing what we supposed to do, man. Like I don't need,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's what we got the kids here. I gotta take care of my kids. That's all.
That's
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah,
it's.
I mean,
I'm just
Poppy
saying,
and
you
I
guys
know,
are.
like, it doesn't really, yeah, it doesn't matter what happens to us. Like, we already kind of won. Like, we already won the game. So we just got to
Mhm.
pass it forward, right? I mean,
I
at the
just.
end of the
I
day,
have.
that's kind of what it's about.
I have one of my best friends has a kid in Oregon, and like he's really relevant, but it's not. I will say it this way better. With so many examples in the media and generally people talking about how fathers are not present in their children's lives,
That's
you
a
guys
lie.
are you. I know it's a lie. I 100% agree with the fact that's a lie. But I really, what I'm trying to say is you guys are like the poster children, if you will, of that being a lie.
Mhm.
Huh?
Nothing.
It's dope. I'm just saying
You know
that. It
what?
was
You
a
know,
side note.
and Primal can Pop can chime in this one since we're on that little topic real quick. Um, and my relationship, I was married, did divorce. The chick had me raise the kid. When I found out after the fact, but through court proceedings, Primal, the kid was mine. That's why I relate to a lot of stuff with you. Um, but during that time, and actually, as a matter of fact, the ending of it all, that first, I think the last 2 years, I actually had custody of mine for the 2 years. And it was like the best feeling in the world, a lot of praises, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to play them out, but it felt like, when people have like the dog around you and women like, oh my God, that's so cute. It's just like that feel good moment. Um, but when, and, but when I hear other guys talk about how their kids and how they handle and they don't handle them well, like the mom could be over another state. Like I feel like I kind of question them more because all the battles and hardships I went through with mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll hear, like I said, I'll hear you can see it in Prime. It's like 24/7. Same thing with Poppy. You don't even have to ask no questions. But if it's some stuff that's a little suspect, you kind of then you start asking questions like here and there's. Then I kind of I look at them like I don't do that with mine. I don't do that with mine. I don't I go beyond with my kid. It's not even a question. I don't care if I'm tired, I get up, I do this, I do that. Even a friend of mine, she had this conversation with the guy again, and I'm like, so what is he doing? He got a kid, your kid with you, like what actions he taking? Is he putting the same much effort with his kid like you're doing with yours? If he's not checking those boxes, then he's not a good potential suitor
Candidate.
or mate, yeah, candidate for a husband. So
So you find out that wasn't your kid later?
yeah, long story short, and this is a long time ago, and like far as relationship goes, I don't even like bring it up because it's like
Yeah, it's
so dead.
personal.
But yeah, but that is so dead, and when I do bring it up, I don't want to use it as a as a cheat code for guys. Like, oh my god, like for sympathy. I don't like doing it because it happens all the time. But bottom
Yeah, it
line,
happens a lot.
I was in Jersey, bro, married to the chick, quote unquote a high school sweetheart. It didn't work out. I left to Georgia doing my thing, and the fact that I was sleeping with her, she reached out to me like, "Hey, I'm pregnant. Okay, it's mine." Making strives to come back. She, like I said, she forced me because it was my choice, but kept pushing the issue. Like, "Hey, we had a year planned. Like, it would dwindle down to like a month." So the last few checks I came, moved down there. It went from to crazy to worse to up, down, left, right. Cops called and families got involved. Everything so toxic about the relationship. Me potentially being semi homeless or homeless, all this stuff. And then she had an affair on me during that time with another guy she's married with now. And then struck working my way up, building myself back up, doing a 2 hour commute from you already know from Union City
God damn.
up
That's
to
Bergen
Jersey
County.
up to Jersey, up to
Bergen.
Livingston Mall. 2 hour commute, bro. I was working at Livingston Mall. 2 hour
Mm.
commute. So doing that time on, and then when I finally moved back to my hometown, Irvington, and when I got there, got a little bit more social, got more active with my life coming up. Then back after 2 years, like I said, forced celibacy, now dating. And then when I start curling back dating, uh and start going back to court if she sees anything else. And family court, I got custody because she dumped the kid off, and that's the only way I won that way. So when I got custody of the kid, had him for 2 years. Now I'm in your position. I'm feeling good, more confident, more powerful. You know what I'm saying? Then had a good relationship, and then out of nowhere, it's like every time you do good, these demons start coming up, and she pops up with the boyfriend, with the fiance, the boyfriend, and then again, then back all over again, and then we had to go back to court, then come at the end of it, court come to find out with court, hey,
DNA.
the kid is not your ear, and she asked for it. I never even asked, I never even questioned it, and then she did it at the last minute.
How old was the kiddo at the time?
He was 8 and 9 at the time. I raised him for 9
damn.
years. Yep.
Now hold on, bro. This is interesting. Jesus Christ. Are you able to sue her to get some child support money
I
back?
didn't, bro. It's like I could have. I thought about it, but it's like 10 years
Yeah, but
ago.
for
I
the
didn't even care
kid.
about it. Yeah, I moved on because if I'd have argued,
God
like,
damn it.
It's
I ain't
always
gonna lie
about
to
the
you, man. You
kid.
ain't petty
yeah,
enough, bro.
that's where my heart
Petty
was at,
enough.
bro. I know. I'm saying I know because my mom did. The only person that was pretty much my rock, like again, like how I reach out to me because some other people like, hey, what's the advice from a woman's perspective? Just and it's crazy because the opposites, even the stuff we talk about relationships, a real woman gonna tell you about another real woman. A real dude gonna tell you about another dude, but these women go to women for advice. Another dude, we kind of we overanalyze, but it's some, but a good majority of the time, like your sister, definitely your mom. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell you with these seasoned veteran women. They're gonna tell you like this is what it is, this is what it's about. And my mom at that time, she was that one. If she's if she tells you suck it up, don't cry, don't do this, boom. Then I came across my homeboy who's a mentor, like kind of like you, Pop. He was cold. I call him an asshole, but he was a friend. He was that asshole friend, like will tell you like it is, still had your back, and keep pushing through. So, and that's pretty much what it was.
But no,
Did
what I'm
Yeah.
saying
Angelus,
is like
did part of you know like the whole time?
Looking back on it, I'm gonna say no, but the way my mother, again, a woman perspective, she said when she laughed, when she asked how she carried herself on certain things, um, just these little cues because it's crazy when, and I tell this to everybody else when you break up with a person, if it's a bad break or whatever, these pieces of puzzles start coming out of nowhere, and then you like, why did I not see that from before? And the fact that I said that we knew each other from like off and on through high school, like I knew her family know mine, like her mom, like I can call mom right now, I can call her dad, like her dad from day one because the past BS experience I had with my dad, like I had the same resentment to her dad, but at least her father was showing consistency, like being the father, trying to be there. So I mean, him became cool. So anything on first jump goes down, far as your children goes, oh, he would call me off the rip, and she would never know. So, but yeah, to answer your question,
that's crazy.
yes and no.
I mean, you can
Man, I'm
pursue it,
sorry.
but like
That
it
fucking
probably will be
sucks.
worthless
Yeah.
then, pretty much.
Yeah, it's
You
just
can
the
pursue.
emotional shit that.
You can pursue
Sorry.
like for the girl to pay you some money back. How can even you determine that? Because that's some sort of fraud. Would that be
Yeah,
some
it
sort
was.
of
Yeah,
fraud?
it was. I'm sure it was. Because it was a lot of things during the time. I could just like,
Like technical fraud.
well, that or before that, it was a lot of stuff. Well, I know one of them. The lawyer said I could have brought something up, but we just like it's done. I got that huge monkey off my back because a lot of guys is never going to be that blessed because you know how women is with drama, negativity, stuff that we've been seeing on Lead Attorney, where women will pursue men spitefully 10, 20 years through courts, just purposely getting dudes locked up in jail.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough to have that monkey off my back because that was literally the piece of a meat that she literally was dangling over me, and I got lucky.
And
I'm
you
just
know
gonna keep
what's
it real.
crazy? I read this the other day, bro. I forgot the website. They say 30% of the men is raising kids that are not theirs. Like
Yeah.
I think that one's a bit high, but I would
30?
give it a good 5 to 10%.
Bro, no, I ain't gonna prime. I ain't gonna lie. I believe it a little bit, man, because the way how the society's set up, man, everybody fucking on everybody, which is cool. You know what I mean? But
On my end, it feels like it's more. I see on my end, I feel like I see more men raising children, being single dads than it is the women. And then I'll see more of the women complain about it, like they well just complain. Like I don't want to throw my
it's
friends,
so
but
because of the system, though. The
bro,
system
I
wants.
see both. I will say this, I see both sides, but what I do see more of is more I don't see women being like I don't see as many women being taunted by the baby daddies for child support or like I'm gonna
Men don't
send
go
you
to
to
the women
jail,
for child support.
but I see many women in comparison
Mhm.
sending the guys to jail, getting child
Mhm.
support, harassing the new girlfriends. Like I have one of the guys that I have mentioned before that was a friend. He's like in the I know the reason he's in the metasphere is he is a father, but the way that it happened is, and this is why I never say names, he his baby mama like was crazy. Apparently they like broke up and he was still trying to be a father. His mother was like offering her to stay with them so that they would all be under one household. She comes home drunk one night trying to sleep with him. He says no, closes the door. She's banging on it, making all sorts of noises, breaks through the door, starts hitting him. He calls the police because it's domestic abuse. But then she calls the police as well, starts saying that he hit her. When the police get there, because it's the state of California, they immediately put him in handcuffs.
Yeah.
And they said, and this is a part of the educational portion, that men and people in general need to be more educated, because she had said, what's going to happen is either I'm going to take you in handcuffs and you're going to go to jail, or your child's going to be removed from the household. You choose. So he went into handcuffs, didn't realize what that meant, and now he's in the position that he's in, and I understand why he hates women. 100% I can understand it. 100% I can agree with it. 100% I get it, because I've seen that happen too many times, especially in the state of California.
I will say this, just to that part right there, hate man part. That's why when I mentioned about the 2 years of forced celibacy, I needed that, because that first year I was like, yo, fuck. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was like some whole nother hate women speech thing. I was like, yo, fuck women, fuck these bitches, blah, blah, blah. And then the whole year, and after a year later, I'm like, I want a girlfriend. I need a girlfriend. But that was just more the sex and lust part of that part. But after that, it was like, okay, now it I had to relearn myself. I was by myself for a minute, and then I was finding these new positive friends and stuff like that. So I think I'm sure he got better with himself, but I hope that's what over time it kind of got him in that right mode, because it had me start looking at people a little bit differently. And because my whole motto, I think it still is, my whole motto is like, I dislike people, but there's always moments when I see like good individuals like Poppy, you, and Primal. I was like, oh, okay, the world's looking a little bit more brighter. So I have an open outlet.
Whoa! Don't put me in this category. That's a lot of pressure, man. That's a lot.
Hey, you're gonna take it, goddamn it.
Though.
You're gonna take it.
We're all like have the same like category of, we take responsibility. We all like accept each other and ourselves, who we are, where we're at. It's not a judgmental place. Like we banter and everything, but it's like it's really about like being respectful and responsible. And like I think that it's 100% accurate that like a lot of women are left to be single mothers. I'm never gonna say otherwise.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's not talked about enough about how many men are single fathers, or how many men are put in those kind of really shitty positions where it's not their fucking fault. And like that's the part where there needs to be more investigating.
I would hug you all right now. I just want to hug you all. It just oh.
No,
a virtual hug.
But I will say this: the lesson I learned from all that was, of course, vetting properly, but just being a little bit more. I was giving somebody, there was someone on the panel that we talked behind the scenes, because their family members going through the same thing currently, and I said you got to be cold and calculating. And I said, like a woman, because men usually is not that cold. Men is not that cold and calculating. Men is not. Like we some fools on a lot of situations. It's like when we get burnt.
It's not even men or women.
It's
women have more emotions than men, period. So it's not even that. There are certain people in this world that are narcissistic, cold motherfuckers, where they're either men or women, don't have feelings, don't have emotions, don't have the capacity to have empathy on the people that they hurt. And they're just pieces of shit. So if you can get the only way you can beat that is not allow your emotions to get the best of you. That's it. You just like, because it's not men or women, it's just cold pieces of shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I remember you sent the story a little bit, but I didn't know the part that you found out that wasn't yours.
Oh yeah, bro. I went to war. I got a huge
and this is $1 million question though. Like, I'm pretty sure 9 years you got a super strong relationship with this kid. Now, where is that at
Oh no,
right
we're
now?
done. Like I don't keep no connection, no communication out like that because his mother just yeah.
I feel
I
like
mean,
this is getting heavy. I got to put my wig back on.
you're the sister. You're the sister.
That sucks, yo. Because 10 years you've been around somebody.
See,
You're gonna build
you see
some
where
sort of-
now see how it's coming back. This is why I don't bring it up because especially when on with women because it's over 10 years. It's been way over 10 years. Well, I'm even longer than that because I remember exactly when it happened around Obama became president. I remember that exactly because everybody's screaming and cheering for at that moment. So it was back then when all this went down. So it's so far long. I don't even bring it up in casual conversation because like literally the perfect way to describe me, except for I like extra condiments on my fries and burgers and stuff like that, is that my mind is like an etch a sketch. It'll get nice and drawn up all pretty, like an etch a sketch. The next day, like this right here, when it's done, I will shake it up and move on. So if you bring it up, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. That's pretty much me in a nutshell. Like I'm too vanilla, bro. Like I'm too laid back, too vanilla. You know what I'm saying?
And
You
this
really
is
got like,
why, and this is one
you
of the
really got,
reasons.
but
This is one of the reasons why I wouldn't like. I told my little cousin, do not be a stepdaddy because he was trying to mess with this girl with a kid. I'm like, no, you're not doing that, buddy. Because
hey,
then
that's why
you
it comes
develop.
back to vetting. That's why it comes back to vetting wisely. And I'll get it. Like I said, I'm not mad. I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on either or.
Whoa, hey, not to change the subject, but Russia attacked Ukraine.
Yes,
Oh wow.
Like
my stuff's
like
gonna
attack.
suffer tomorrow.
Like
Man.
there's explosions.
Isn't Turkey near it? Isn't Turkey somewhere close
Ukraine's
to it?
interior minister said missiles are targeting the capital as Putin threatens those who may attempt to intervene. So it's like going down.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I just got a twist too. Like it's like bombs hurt in the capital and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's.
Did they say what was the reason for this occurrence? Or is just people just throwing their
Russians
weight
want to
around?
take over Ukraine.
They want to take over Ukraine, man.
Russia's a big deal though.
Mm.
And Biden already told what's the president of Russia, Putin? That's his name, Putin. Did I say it right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
He told him like, "Hey man, we're gonna send you a bill later on, buddy." And Putin was like, "Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm going after this bastards."
I'll see I would love to know what's the point of them doing that or that.
It's all about the money, baby. It's all about the money, man.
Or power and land. Everybody's about land.
Well, which is money.
Well, that's why, because they're getting prepared. I guarantee you they're getting prepared to make a bigger move. That's why they want Ukraine. That's why I'm like shocked, because this is literally history in the making, where I guarantee you right now it's starting with Ukraine, but they're only trying to gain more momentum.
Ukraine's a little ass country. They can
Doesn't matter. You keep building and building. Even here in the States, like even shout out to Steve Harvey, he said himself, like you can start with 5 acres, 10 acres, just keep buying acres over and over and over, and then give yourself 10 years. You pretty much got your whole like a whole little mini country, and then people trying to either buy back from you, which you're not gonna let them do. They're gonna be renting from you. You're their bosses. You got Walmarts on top of your land. They're gonna be on you.
Yeah, it's a the thing is, Russia is a powerhouse. Ukraine cannot see Russia at all. That's like New York against Mississippi. Like Mississippi can stand New York. You know what I mean? But like it's all about the money, man. And this is gonna be over in another week or so, hopefully. And they talk about China going after Taiwan.
Hey, it happens.
No,
All right, I'm not gonna beat this much a nail in the head because I think we all agreed with Miss Real. Y'all can go check her out if you want to, get all that extra.
Oh, the crazy asshole. She's the kind of person that fucks shit up.
You can get all
Don't have babies with her.
Like I said, I mean, man,
she wants to be a housewife.
Yeah, she wants to be a housewife, and she picked wisely, and she got what she want. And the guy, it seemed like he's aware of all the bells and whistles that Primo was checking her every step of the way.
Yeah, but like here's the thing.
Yeah.
To be like that, you gotta be extra crazy, which means that like after the marriage and the baby come, like this who this is not gonna be the same person that person is.
You know what'd be funny, Primo?
This is the Diet Coke version of the craziness that's
right.
become. Yeah.
You know what'd be shocking if he announces that he can't have children.
And she's pregnant. And she's pregnant when he announces it.
Yeah, like I can't get pregnant. All right. Any final thoughts on this? Like I said, I don't want to
Because
be.
he already got that. He already got that snip snip.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
knew you
yeah.
was gonna say that.
We gotta bring that back because I ain't gonna lie. I'm an advocate with that in the snip snip.
You know, everybody wants to be the gang. I'm the snip gang. Snip
Hey,
snip
I'm with
gang.
them. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm his first lieutenant on that one.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
I think homegirl, she is, how you call it? She living her truth. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, she
she
is
said
living
she
her
wants.
truth, man.
She said she wants to be taken care of. She said she wants to be a
Oh
housewife.
Lord.
And
Oh Lord,
look,
Primal.
Sorry. I don't know if you all ever check out Liddy Talk of Culture, but man, check out that page sometime on YouTube. Liddy Talk of Culture.
the hell's that?
Oh man, I just got my heart broken. Just
Okay.
saying.
What is that about? If you want to give a little insight, or you just want to
You'll
surprise
just have
us.
to go look. You just gotta look.
You know what? I like to escape from reality, bro. Poppy the opposite. He want that realism stuff. I try to escape from
I
it.
escaped from reality for a good 30 seconds there. It was good.
Oh, it's an Instagram page.
It's on YouTube. If you just type in Liddy Talk, it'll come up. You'll
Well,
thank
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna
Wait, spell it. Hold on one second.
LITTY Talk.
I think I'm typing in the group.
LITTY.
You'll thank me. Don't worry about it. You're welcome.
Appreciate
it.
We're all looking for it at the same time.
I'm not. He already typed in.
If you go to their community tab, you'll thank me. Liddy Talk of Culture.
LITTY.
Oh, okay.
And then next word TOK.
TOK.
And it'll come up. Yeah.
The
TikTok,
DPL
but Liddy Talk.
Yeah. Oh, it's a similar page like on the ground. I'll send it to you, Prime, in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I don't have a penis. This doesn't interest me.
All right. On that note, I appreciate everybody because this is the Great Pill Podcast. This is really what we do. This is literally what we do.
This is done.
This is literally what we do at the Great Pill Podcast. Have fun. Put
maybe I do have a penis.
Or maybe mute you. Put different perspectives on a lot of things. Shout out to PearlyTHingz again for allowing me to and take the time out to do the reaction to this. Unfortunately, it was so much going on. I would love to just go ahead and just finish out the whole hour and 30 minutes, but as you see the reactions, we all came to one conclusion. It's not happening. But yeah, I'm gonna let everybody get their final say, then we'll close out from there. Where they can find you at, Primal.
Well, sorry, I got distracted. So come hang out with me. I'm Matt from Primal Studies. You can find me on Primal Studies on the YouTubes, on the Instagrams, and even on the interwebs at primalstudies.com. So come check it out.
There you go.
Okay, Grandpa.
What's going on with you, Primal? I mean, Poppy. I'm gonna call you the opposite.
Poppy,
I apologize.
Bro. That's Poppy, bro.
Man, you can subscribe to my channel, man. Papi Blanco TV, and then my Instagram would be, as well as my Snapchat would be Papi Blanco 19. Papi _ Blanco 19.
All right, that's what's up. Make any final thoughts, and where can they find you without saying anything slick or smart? We try and run a business too. Okay.
She got muted. She broke her mic.
She said she had nothing to say. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all. If you came through, passing through, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you working on better quality and all that good stuff. Hit the notification button. If you don't like looking at my ugly face and you just like looking at everybody's face, you just want to hear us instead of looking at us, we also have Spotify and all that good stuff. The notifications there, the Instagram there. And just in case, I'm actually working on a whole nother introduction along with an outroduction and a new YouTube banner that I'll have make a look at later, and we're going to introduce it. So for now, I'm just going to play around with something as an outro. So y'all enjoy.